Tip-off is just moments away. Now, back to the voice of Baylor women's basketball, Derek Smith.
And we welcome you into Foster Pavilion, bright and reasonably early on a Tuesday morning. Today, it's the Future Bears game, complete with over 3,000 school children from area schools to cheer on the Bears. Baylor, ranked number 14 in the nation with a 9-1 record, takes on Alabama State out of the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. They are 2-5 this season. Good morning, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Lori Fogelman, I'm Derek Smith. Bob Baker, our courtside engineer here at Foster Pavilion along the Baylor-Waco Brazos Riverfront. Our producer, Van Goodall, at our studios in Waco. The Bears with the final tune-up. You know, we're going to say it this way. There's a pretty big game against Texas this Sunday. This is that last tune-up prior to that, and then Big 12 play looms shortly after that. This has been a stretch for the Bears amidst a 5-game winning streak of winning, of nitpicking, of trying to get better. And, Lori, that continues today. It's another chance to get better. It's another chance to try to fix little things that could be big things in closer games.
Well, you just want to come out and take control of this game and take control of your home court and try not to get too amped up. I mean, all the school children are not even in the building yet, and you can hear just how loud it is. But you know that this team feeds off of that energy, and I saw Jana Van Geitenbeek waving to the school kids, and you know, they're almost like rock stars out there. And it's going to be fun to be a part of this game today. You know, the experience, the atmosphere with Future Bears, but also it's about what is happening on the court right now, and for Baylor to be able to come out, execute a game plan on both sides of the floor, and then after that 40 minutes, you can turn your focus to Sunday.
Well, Lori, speaking of Jana Van Geitenbeek, she's had her two best games of the year in the last two ball games. Wednesday night, Southeastern Louisiana last week matched her career high with 12 assists. Then on Sunday, a season high 16 points. She's hit 8 of her last 16 three-point shots, so 50% from beyond the arc in her last 4 games. We're going to hear from her out of the in our second break here in just a few minutes. But she's finding her rhythm, and I think I probably even, I'm guilty of almost underestimating the fact that, you know, she's coming back from an ACL injury. She's stepping into a new role. I knew that, but I think sometimes you see these players and you know they're good and just ready for them to step back in, but it takes some time. And I think you're seeing that really, the work, the compound interest paying off.
You know, because we see that same excitement and energy and smile on Jana Van Geitenbeek's face, but it's not until she puts that knee brace on that we're reminded that that was a year ago, and it really does take a while. And you can try to replicate that best you can in practice, but until you get into a game situation and you're thinking a little bit about your knee, then you finally get to that point where you're not. But the thing that's best about Jana is she plays with such joy and such energy, and you know, to see where she is now as far as the number of minutes she's able to play. She leads the team in assists. You know, she's upwards of 6 assists per game, and it has really dropped the turnovers. I think more than anything, that's what I'm excited about for Jana, is really being able to hang on to the basketball, to make good decisions with it, and then to be able just to assist her teammates like she is, so they can be successful, while she also is stepping up offensively. She is a weapon. She truly is, all the way around. It's great to see her feeling good and out there contributing and being a leader for Baylor.
This is Conecuh Sausage Countdown to Tip-Off. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork. Their patented blend of seasonings. It's smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoying your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of Baylor Athletics. We're going to hear from Jana Van Geitenbeek when we return to Foster Pavilion. Coming up in just a moment, a little bit later on, the thoughts of Bears head coach Nikki Collin as well on this Future Bears Day game at Foster Pavilion. Baylor and Alabama State forthcoming on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances,
they're good.
Scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Okay. Here's no reputable company or government
We got a good crowd today.
with gift cards, Bitcoin, or a person-to-person payment app.
Well, they'll make lots of noise.
Because the money can't be traced. Just don't do it.
This message is brought
Okay. All right.
Come see why.
You're welcome, sir.
Voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric, primary, and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
You're listening to Baylor
Stand by.
Ball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Future Bears game. 3,000 school kids here on a Tuesday morning to cheer on the Bears. In the game brought to you by McLean Children's Clinic. Never fear, we're right here at McLean Children's. Well, we talked about Jana Van Geitenbeek just a little bit ago. Jana Van Geitenbeek averaging 5.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and just under 6 assists per game, shooting 34% from the field. Numbers that are not going to leap off the page at you, but when you factor in, Lori, that she started off 3 for 20 on the year, just looked like she was really trying to find her place, even though she continued to generate assists. She was averaging about 5 a game. Well, now she's finding a rhythm, not unlike she did near the end of her junior season 2 years ago before the injury. All of a sudden, she's number 24 in the nation in assists per game. She's top 25 in the nation in that regard. And I think that's only going to continue to go upward.
Absolutely agree with that. You know, watching her shoot the 3 ball in this past game, you know, she never hesitated, and she hit those 3 right from the top of the key and felt so comfortable and in rhythm doing so. You can tell just I'm feeling better. I'm trusting myself more. I'm getting the hang of being the top point guard for Coach Nikki and her high expectations. And, you know, I'm not beating myself up that much when I make a mistake or miss a shot. But you know, she just brings that infectious joy to the game, even when sometimes you make a mistake out there. You know, I just love watching her play, and I could not agree with you more about the invaluable nature and the growth that we're seeing here in the early season for Jana.
And when you factor in that the team, you know, it's different when you have a dominant scorer in Talia Scott. It's the proverbial, I'm not even going to say good problem to have, because it's not a problem. It's an adjustment. We didn't have that the last couple years. And I think that we saw a lot of the benefit of moving the ball. Everybody eats, everybody touches. And I think everybody's going to continue to do that. But when you've got someone who is going to and you need to pour in 20-plus points a game, adjusting to that is different. I think Jana's really I mean, in a lot of ways with the starters out there, I think she's the key piece of just making that all work.
Yeah, and a lot of times she was the recipient of an assist from Talia Scott to hit those 3s, because not everybody's just going to leave Talia Scott wide open or put just one player on her. She is going to be the center of a defense's focus. Shut her down and make others beat you. And that's why seeing Jana knock down those shots, that is key as we go forward. Make yourself have to be guarded.
Well, you look at that, Lori. You know, we know this team has struggled at times against the zone defenses. Coach Nikki was talking about this. She said, you remember where Jana hit almost all of her shots from, the three-point shots, right? Right at the top of the key, dead on, the nail. Well, the defense kept shifting over. That zone defense had to adjust to shift over to Talia. That left Jana open, and she cashed in. She made them pay. And then they start adjusting to her, well, then Talia's going to eat. You know, it's that kind of thing that the game within the game.
And we've seen Jana continually, when she has a lane, be able to get into the paint. And if she's got a wider lane, she's going in trying to score. And we've seen her have a little trouble just getting that layup to drop. You know, that scoop layup with one hand. She's got the space to do it. And this last game, she hit that last one, and that was one of the most comfortable shots I've seen from her, being able to put the ball on the floor confidently, drive towards the basket, and just drop that thing off the back of the glass to go through. And that is also key. Every time Jana touches the floor, typically good things happen, and that's really important to the Nikki Collin offense.
Well, we talked to Jana before the game, and she says she is indeed feeling more comfortable game by game.
The game has been feeling a lot better for me recently. I have my feet under me. I feel like I'm starting to feel comfortable and fast at the same time and confident. So credit to my coaches and teammates for just continuing to support me through my little shooting laps and whatever it might be. But they always had my back and were just giving me all the confidence in the world.
Do you have to show yourself a little grace in a stretch like that when you have to tell yourself, like, hey, I came back from a big injury and I'm in a new role?
Yeah, grace is something that Coach Nikki has been big on for me. She told me as soon as I got injured, like when I came back, I was going to have to give myself so much grace because she knows I'm hardest on myself. And so I've just been keeping that in mind all the time, giving myself as much grace as possible. And I really appreciate Nikki for instilling that in me.
They're playing some music for us here. What do you enjoy most about being able to be the starter and distribute the ball to this group of teammates?
Yeah, this group of teammates is like the best to be a point guard for because they make so many shots and we run fast and we play hard. And so this new role, it's a challenge, but it's very rewarding, and I'm just glad that I get to do that.
For you, what do you enjoy more, passing to a teammate who hits a shot or getting an open shot and knocking it down?
Passing to a teammate who gets an open shot.
I thought you might say that. I thought you would say that. It certainly seems that way. You know, for you, as you kind of, we finished this stretch here at home, heading into a big game against Texas in Big 12. Where are you most excited to see maybe the signs of the work y'all have put in grow?
Yeah, I think we practice so hard every single day. Like, it doesn't matter who our opponent is. It doesn't matter what time of day. Like, we go hard, and because we always want to have our vision, and that's more important than the noise. That's what Nikki talks about a lot. Just continuing to put our head down and work hard and be ready for those really tough matchups.
Finally, I got to ask you, so we see your mom kind of front and center cheering, but I've learned your dad, he likes to kind of hide. Has that kind of been that way since you were a little kid? What's that look like? They got to kind of, it seems like, address the game different ways.
Yes, so they've actually never sat together in their lives. But they are together, happily together. They just like to support me in different ways. So my mom is rowdy and has the flag and the horns, and she's screaming. And my dad doesn't want to talk to anybody. He just wants to be alone at the very top of Foster, just watching in silence. So. Yeah.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice, your doctor.
Why?
Or Bluebonnet Health Services.
Okay.
New or used?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Drive the lane with First Central Credit Union's easy online application. It's a winning season with First Central's full court press of quick local loan processing, your best rate, and flexible terms. Apply online. You'll score at www.firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Membership and loan policy requirements apply. Member NCUA.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray.
Are we going to be okay?
Oh, in a Highlander for a ski day, a Camry to get hot.
33 seconds.
Go Loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles and...
Yeah, I was just in the process of trying to figure out, because that was done, I guess, the last time, and I was trying to figure out why the log wasn't matching up, and I guess that's why.
9% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
See for yourself.
30 seconds.
Voted best in Waco year after year.
Okay.
Service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most...
Yeah, if I would have heard it start, then I would know. It's usually 90 seconds.
Neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort. And
we had Gary Moss was in here, and we were talking about something else, and so we were trying to figure out another problem.
When you strive for greatness,
yeah, this will work.
A target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for...
Yeah, I'll just kick it to you right after this spot.
Here's a tip. If you receive a call from someone claiming to be from a company, don't give them your personal information, ever. Unless you know them personally, hang up and call the company back.
It'll work.
This message is...
I was just trying to figure out another problem here, and it just kind of asked you why, because I was like, what?
Baylor's
Okay, here we go.
Media Network.
Sausage made from the finest cuts of pork. Their patented blend of seasonings, smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of Baylor Athletics. It's Baylor and Alabama State today. Time now for our starting lineups when it comes to sports medicine and orthopedics. Baylor's Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics brings the home team advantage to Central Texans. First for Baylor's visitors, the Alabama State Hornets, under the direction of first-year head coach Johnetta Hayes. They're 2-5 on the year, and their starting lineup looks like this. The guards are Amari Franklin and Taylor Smith, combined for 8.5 points per game. The forwards, Takaya Walters, Norman, Caitlin Bryant, their leading scorer in the starting lineup at 6 points per game, and Kaya Ponder. For the Bears, the same starting lineup we've seen all 10 games. The forwards, Bella Fauntleroy, 11 points per game. Dariana Littlepage Bugs, averaging a double-double. And KJ Kirsten Johnson, the Big 12's leading shot blocker. And then in the backcourt, Jana Van Geitenbeek coming off of her best games of the year, the last 2 games. And Talia Scott, the second leading scorer in the Big 12 at 23 points per game. Starting lineups are brought to you by Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. From injury prevention to enhanced recovery, team up with us to get back in the game. Coach Dickey straight ahead, and then the tip. Baylor and Alabama State on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program. Introducing Len and Lime.
Hello. Yes, sir. All right, and I'll just run 60 here, and then we'll be back on track.
Clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's Baylor and Alabama State today in the future Bears game, and it's time for our pregame visit with head coach Nikki Collin. 5 wins in a row for the Bears after a 73-55 win over UTSA. And Coach Nikki, a few times in the post-game or pre-game interviews, you've used the word nitpick. It's kind of a season for nitpicking in the sense of the team's winning, growing, learning. So one area to kind of nitpick on here to start is rebounding. You look at kind of rebounding margin, not that that's the end-all, be-all number, but kind of the middle of the pack in the Big 12 in that +7 per game. What does that say to you, and where do you see opportunities for the team to improve in that?
I think it comes down to understanding the value of possessions, and I think that's rebounding and that's turnovers, and really growing in those two areas. We have good rebounders, but we have to do a better job collectively of understanding what teams are going to do to us. And so whether we're facing teams that are maybe bigger than us inside and they're what we would call pushers, or whether they're slashers. There's two type of rebounders. They're either going to push under the rim and take the space they want, or they're going to try to slash around you. And understanding what teams are going to do, doing a better job. Our guards didn't rebound, and I think that was as much a problem in the last game as our posts getting pushed around at times. And then it's going up and getting the ball with two hands. There's two things in play, and we sometimes have to understand the way the statistics work. If we block a shot out of bounds, it's an offensive rebound. It's a team offensive rebound. So that goes in the column. So not every offensive rebound or every rebound is created equal. And so understanding that can look like a negative and actually is potentially a positive because we eliminated a shot at the rim. But I think we want to run. We can't run if we can't rebound. So it's kind of tying all these things together. I felt like against UTSA, we didn't have the pace that we had against Southeast Louisiana because every rebound was a slugfest. And, our ability to go get it with two hands, pull it down, get to an outlet. We got to continue to get better at, are we boxing out? Are we going and getting? But it's a huge, huge priority for us and was the focus of our film session yesterday.
Well, look forward to seeing if that pays off today against Alabama State, certainly beyond. You talked about blocked shots. I don't know if there's an exact answer to this, but what do you prefer, a blocked shot or an altered shot?
I just don't want them to score. I think once again, like when there's a threat of a block shot, that the next shot can get altered. Because one of my terminologies has always been with our players, don't block your own shot. Because so often when you know you're going to drive into shot blockers, you don't take a normal shot, you try to leap, you try to lean, and then you ultimately block your own shot versus if they actually block your shot and it's out of bounds, you get to run an out of bounds play. And so I think those are kind of, I think our rim protection.
We're about halfway through, about 3.5.
Better job of our non-shot blockers being ready to take charges. We got to do a way better job of that and have that threat in the lane as well.
Never hurts to check.
I don't think it's about.
Yeah, you do.
They got there too. Did they get to the?
Yeah, I do a little bit. Not like what you have to worry about.
Let them go to the rim.
And of course, they throw you curveballs, I guess.
Something that Tony challenges.
They threw me a curveball today. We were getting some kind of strange interference right before game time. It cleared up, then it came back, and I was discussing that with Gary Moss, and
foul.
Okay, never mind.
Opponent, and so really growing.
I'll tell you.
Something we do.
Anyway, whatever it is has gone away. I don't know whether it's, I don't know what it is, but it's gone.
Bears head coach Nikki Cowan. It is Baylor and Alabama State today. I know you want to see better shot selection than what you saw at times on Sunday against UTSA. What are some areas that you want the team to think about that when they're out there today?
No, this is a totally different deal.
Are they in man? Are in zone?
There is such a thing as temperature inversion, where there's a 93.9 in Corpus Christi, and that will hit the ionosphere, their signal, and bounce back down and land here on top of us.
Any shot, then I'll get in a game.
And it'll make us sound kind of noisy in town.
Standing what shots are good shots for each of our.
Yeah, and then it'll come and go.
Have we gotten a paint touch? I think our numbers so far this season is
it's more likely to happen in the morning.
6% on that possession scoring, and if not, we're around 30%. So you're talking about a 25-point swing percentage-wise when we get a paint touch. So that doesn't mean that there isn't a time to,
All right.
back three in transition.
I know I talk too much.
Head and take a three before we've touched the paint. There isn't always, a concrete, but, have we scored the last three possessions, or do we need to slow down and get a really good shot? Do we need to get a paint touch? And really getting them to understand, what winning looks like. And winning doesn't look the same in every game, and having the maturity to understand what shots are good shots in each situation.
Finally, Coach Nikki, it's a future Bears game, affectionately known as the Scream Game around here. You've been a part of a few of these. What is the energy like in these games?
Yeah, it's so great. I mean, first of all, it really exposes young people in the community to what we do. Our players truly are role models in the community, and so I think that's the first part, getting them in the building. But just the fun that they have, the way every basket is like the game-winning basket to them. They cheer for both teams a lot of the time, and it's just the way they get excited about the music and just hanging out with their friends. It honestly makes me jealous, because you think back to those times when life was so carefree and all you cared about was, does the ball go in the basket? Not your paycheck, not what's going on, who you play next, all of that. But it's a really fun environment. And when you play early like this, you kind of need that energy of the crowd to realize that normally some of these guys would prefer to be just waking up about the time we're warming up to play.
Coach Nikki, thanks very much. Bears head coach Nikki Collin with the pregame comments. It's Baylor and Alabama State straight ahead on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
This is Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's game is brought to you by McLean Children's. Never fear, we're right here. Get ready. Tip-off is just moments away. Now, here is the voice of Baylor women's basketball, Derek Smith.
Foster Pavilion, Van Goodall, our producer, on this Tuesday morning, the annual Future Bears game. Kids from numerous local schools are here. They are energetic, they are loud, and they are cheering on the Bears as they are being introduced here by PA announcer Cam Calloway at Foster Pavilion. I want to say thanks to all of you watching on our Courtside Cam, brought to you by NextLink, reliable high-speed internet for your home or business. Lori, you look at this, the records disparate. Baylor 9-1, Alabama State 2-5. Alabama State has played 3 Power 4 games and lost by an average of 41 points. It's never about scoring a certain amount of points, never about rubbing it in. You know, you want to play teams like this. You do want to dominate, though. You want to play crisp and clean. That's what the team did on Wednesday night, and I think a lot of that's the goal today. Play like you did on Wednesday. Move the ball, set the pace, be the aggressor, rebound, and I think you do that, it's going to be a big win, and you're going to carry some positive momentum into future games.
Yeah, you want to keep your eyes up, and you want to just take off and see what you could do in pushing the pace. That's the main thing. Set the pace, keep your eyes up, and let's get this one going.
Well, we will here in just a few minutes. The lights are down. The Bears are taking the floor in their white uniforms with green letters and numerals and gold trim. Alabama State today in gray uniforms with black letters and numerals, gold trim. Out of the SWAC conference from Montgomery, Alabama, making their way here to Waco today to take on the Bears. Well, the kids are being loud. You can hear it. Bob Baker does not have to turn up the crowd microphone today. The energy will probably crackle on through, maybe even overpower us at times. And it may be when each team scores, right? You know, they're going to cheer for each team, and that's all right.
And we always talk about how communication is so important. You may have to communicate differently. Maybe louder, maybe with your eyes. But it was fun to watch KJ, who's jumping center right now. When the team started, or the crowd started screaming, her eyes got big.
Yep, she's ready to go. She wins the tip, and Baylor will begin on offense. Baylor ranked 14 in the nation, 9-1, trying to make it 6 wins in a row. There's a nice lob down low from KJ to Buggs, swooping to the basket. She's fouled, and the game will begin with free throws for Dariana Little-Page Buggs, who had her best game at the line. On Sunday, she was 6 of 6.
Well, she is so amazing at being able to get quickly to the basket. Again, with those long legs, that long stride, and that was a great entry pass from KJ. And Buggs tried to catch that and shoot all in the same motion, but she'll go to the free throw line.
Taylor Smith with the foul, the first of the game, 11 seconds in, as Buggs is too strong on the first free throw. She's got one more coming. You know, she's got off to a slow start at the free throw line this year, but she was 6 of 6 on Sunday. She's been putting in extra work with Tez Dumars, and see that pay off, and here she hits the second free throw. So she gets 1 or 2. The crowd loves it.
Yeah.
The crowd loves the free throw. And here comes Alabama State on offense for the first time. Bryant has it. She finds Pinder for a mid-range jumper from the left wing that's too strong. Buggs with the rebound, and a needless reach-in foul. Kind of catches her on the jaw. She is all right, but that foul on Pinder is the second on Alabama State in short order. The Bears will play it in from the sideline. That's Bryant, I beg your pardon. Caitlin Bryant, her first, and the team's second.
And Little-Page Buggs' first rebound of the game. She's averaging more than 10 a game, and we don't expect any less than that from her. That's kind of her M.O.
Here's Talia Scott lobbing it in the post to KJ, out to Buggs, who cashes in on a mid-range jumper from the top of the key.
If Buggs starts coming back like that and comfortable in those shots, that opens up so much. But real patient assist from KJ that time, and Buggs with the jumper to make it 3-0.
Pinder to Franklin, who pushes off of Talia Scott to clear some room. That's an offensive foul, and that's the third on Alabama State. The first on Amari Franklin. Lori, we are not even a minute into the ball game, and Alabama State has accrued 3 fouls. You know, at that rate, Baylor better be ready to shoot some free throws at a good rate like they've been doing this year, 74% from the stripe. Baylor back on offense. Here's Talia Scott getting downhill, trying to find KJ in the post. The pass pinballs right back to her. She misses the short shot, but KJ grabs the rebound. Fouled as she lays it in. Counted and put her on the line on the putback.
Well, I think Nikki Collins' message has gotten through about everybody crashing the boards. That time it was a numbers game. Baylor got their hands on the basketball, batted it around, finally landed in KJ's hands, but she was right there where she could score through contact.
Nice to see that, too. You know, KJ had a quiet game on Sunday against UTSA. Didn't take a shot. Really not much of a stat line. Well, today she's got an offensive rebound and 3 points here in the first minute. Hope that's a sign of things to come as Alabama State's pass is tipped away. By the way, that foul was on Kaya Ponder, her second, and that's already her first, rather, and that's 4 on Alabama State, not even 90 seconds into the game. Here's a runner by Bryant, one-handed, that misses off the back rim. Talia Scott rebounds. She's off and running into the front court, sees a little bit of the lane, passes it to the right wing to Jana Van Geitenbeek, who kicks it out to Buggs. Buggs on the drive, back to Van Geitenbeek, swings it cross court to Scott, in the corner to Bella Fauntleroy. Now KJ has it, perimeter left, hands it off to Talia Scott, doesn't need a lot of room to let a three fly, and she knocks it down. Talia Scott, her first bucket of the afternoon, and it is a 9-0 Baylor lead, not even 2 minutes into this one.
You know, KJ gets an assist for that, but she gets a screen assist as well.
Ponder for 3, back rim, no. Buggs, another rebound, that's her second. Talia Scott with the outlet ahead to Bella Fauntleroy. The Bears are off and moving. Bella gets downhill, gets to the basket, met at the rim, has the ball knocked away, got it back, muscles it up and off. KJ with her second offensive rebound. This putback bounces off from the right block, and Alabama State comes back the other way. But you like seeing those offensive rebounds early here for the Bears. Coach Nikki, as you said, Lori, challenged them. There's a lob in the post, and it's fumbled away by Norman. Out of bounds to the Bears is their leading scorer and rebounder, Charlize McClendon, checks in. She comes off the bench for Coach Johnetta Hayes in her first season at Alabama State. McClendon averages 8 points, 4 rebounds per contest. 9-0 lead for Baylor, 2.5 minutes into the ball game. Van Geitenbeek feeds it to Buggs, who turns and faces the basket just offset right near the top of the arc. Looking to find a teammate, finds mid-post right side, Bella Fauntleroy. Bella turns and glasses it up a bit too hard. KJ had a hand on the rebound, but couldn't control it. It's out of bounds to Alabama State as Claria Peterson averages 5 points and 5 boards off the bench for Alabama State, checks in. We're 3 minutes in. Baylor with a 9-0 lead. The Alabama State Hornets with the basketball. It is Peterson. Right hand dribble, crossing over to the left, getting into the paint, point up at the Big 12 logo, and not getting the bounce on the jumper. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be Baylor basketball. That's probably their best look so far, and it danced on the rim before falling off.
And Baylor gets the possession back because Bella was blocked out really well. And, or actually, she blocked out really well, and there was no way for Alabama to be able to secure that rebound.
Fauntleroy, a catch-and-shoot 3 from the left side, back rim, no. Peterson skies for the rebound. Not a tall player, but she went up to get that one. And then Jana. Baylor fumbles the pass. Jana got a hand. Baylor but causes them to fumble the pass, rather, as Jana bounces it out of bounds. It'll stay with Alabama State, but Jana broke it up.
Yeah, Jana got in the passing lanes real quickly and almost was able to corral that basketball.
Here is Peterson with the right-hand dribble. Jana out defending. Smith moves to the center of the floor, calls for a teammate to come get. It's Bryant. Buggs out there defending her. Around a McClendon screen. She pulls up for a long 2 and buries it. Alabama State struggles with their shots, shooting just 37% from the field. Baylor with a quick outlet after the first made bucket of the game by Alabama State. Fauntleroy with a spinning miss from the left block, but Alabama State fumbles the rebound out of bounds. This is an Alabama State team that shoots 37% from the floor, 26% from downtown, and just 57% from the line. So shooting not their forte, but that was a nice jumper by Bryant a moment ago to end their scoring drought. Now Baylor in a scoring drought of about 2 minutes, leading by a score of 9-2. Inbounds to Talia Scott, catch and shoot, back rim, missing a jumper, offensive rebound, Van Geitenbeek, and the Bears will get another look at it. Here's Talia Scott, angling downhill behind a Buggs screen, has a pass miss KJ, and it's stolen away by Franklin. Franklin gets inside and airballs a turnaround jumper in close, well contested there. Rebound by Buggs. Jana off and running. Lob down low to KJ. A good timing pass, and KJ lays it in.
I did not see KJ coming. I thought that ball was going to Talia, who wasn't in position to be able to get that ball. And KJ comes flying down the lane and finishes from the left-hand side. What a play.
First assist for Jana Van Geitenbeek. It's an 11-2 Baylor lead. There's a steal inside by the Bears. Jana Van Geitenbeek comes away with it out of a crowd. Switches directions and passes to Bella Fauntleroy, looking for her first bucket of the game, and she finds it, cutting down to the basket from the high right side and prompting an Alabama State timeout. It is a 13-2 Baylor lead to start the ball game.
Well, that was a nice play from Bella Fauntleroy, who had missed her first shot. She missed her first 5, but that time that lane parted like the Red Sea, and that was just a layup drill for Bella Fauntleroy. She wasn't about to miss that one.
Today's game is presented by McLean's Children's Clinic. McLean's Children's, never fear, we're right here. Good start for the Bears. They lead at 13-2, not quite halfway through the first quarter on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. If you get a call saying they're going to lock you in jail for missing jury duty unless you pay a fine, that's fake. Scammers use scare tactics to force you to act without thinking. Just hang up the phone.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor leads Alabama State 13-2, 5:19 to play first quarter. A good start for the Bears. Already it's been a good week here at Baylor, Lori, as yesterday we officially welcomed Doug McNamee as the next Director of Athletics, Vice President, Director of Intercollegiate Athletics, the official title here at Baylor. And Lori, what a special day it was. I think it caught me off guard, just the response from the Baylor family, hundreds of people, standing room only at the Mark and Paula Hurd Welcome Center, and then just getting to hear Doug start to lay out his vision, share his experience, and his love for Baylor, his love for the green and gold. It was really special, and I'm excited for what's ahead.
You know, it's a deep love for Baylor. It's a family thing to love Baylor, and we're so excited to have him back at the university. I think he's exactly what the university needs right now, at this time, in this era, ever-changing era of college athletics. He brings not only that deep love for Baylor, but just a deep love of the brand, of opportunities, of fan experience, for the student experience as well as student-athlete experience. And for the Baylor family to come alongside, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just thrilled that he's back in the Baylor fold.
Me too. You know, of course, we've known him for a long time. He was essentially our boss, if you will, doing broadcasts for years when he was at Baylor Learfield IMG, which was then the multimedia rights holder at Baylor. But got to say, the experiences he's had outside of Baylor the last few years at Magnolia and Field and Stream are going to benefit the university so much in this changing era of college athletics.
The way that he has reinvigorated and re-energized and brought new life to Field and Stream is truly remarkable. But what he's done to build that Magnolia empire has been just amazing too. And Baylor can learn and enjoy the fruits of that.
Out of the timeout, a little runner is good by Nikesha Flowers, who just checked in for the first time. That makes it 13-4 in favor of the Bears. Substitutions for Baylor. Yuting Dunn she takes a handoff and lets a three fly. It's online, but too strong. Tries to chase down her own rebound, but McClendon gets there first. Out of the timeout, Dunn, Abraham, and Markayla Johnson on the floor for the Bears, along with Ariana Little-Page-Buggs and Talia Scott. It's a 13-4 Baylor lead. Alabama State with possession. Flowers with a pull-up from the free throw line. No good. Markayla Johnson with the board in a crowd.
Important again, guards being able to rebound. That's something that was not there against UTSA, and Coach Nicky talked about that importance.
Here's a three launched by Talia Scott. She had room, she had time, she thought why not, and she knocked it down.
You know, she took a few seconds before that shot, and she couldn't believe no one came out there to get her, so take that shot.
Well, she's averaging 23 points per game, second in the Big 12, top 10 in the nation, and early on here in the first quarter, she's got 6. 3:50 to play in the first. Baylor with a 16-4 lead. Bears get a hand on the lob pass into the post, knock it out of bounds. It will remain Alabama State ball with 10 on the shot. 16-4 the score. Baylor shooting 40% from the field, Alabama State 22%. It'll be played in by Taylor Smith. Smith looking for an open teammate, bounces it beneath the bucket to McClendon, who has her shot deflected by Abraham. It deflects back to Peterson, who misses a shot. Baylor with the rebound. Outlet pass ahead to Markayla Johnson. Nice to the bucket for the lay-in.
Yeah, Markayla is a freshman, but that young woman is fearless when it comes to opportunities on the court and just attacking at the rim. She just is unafraid to go in and score.
Taylor Smith, the point guard listed at 5'5", has it for Alabama State. Dishes it off to McClendon at the free throw line. Wants to drive on Dunn. Dunn stays with her defensively, forces an air ball on the follow-away jumper. Offensive rebound, though, and a kick out to Smith, whose three rattles out, then falls through. First three-pointer of the game for Alabama State, and it's an 18-7 Baylor lead. Second chance points there for the Hornets, although the Bears have been strong on the boards early. Under 3 minutes to play first quarter. Markayla Johnson hasn't knocked away, but retrieves it, finds Bugs at the top of the key. She backs her way to the basket, tries a follow-away jumper that's off the back rim. Offensive rebound into the hands of Kyla Abraham. Kick out to Talia, who cashes in with a three.
You know, when you pull down an offensive rebound, sometimes you don't need to go right back up with that. I love that Kyla was looking for Talia. She was facing her. What an assist right there off of the offensive rebound, because Talia can just be buckets, and she's showing it now with her third three of the game.
Flowers drives wildly to the basket, throws it off the side of the backboard. Baylor back the other way in transition. Here's Markayla Johnson running, hesitating, slipping inside and drawing a foul. She goes flying around, pinballed between defenders. And she'll go to the free throw line. By the way, that three-pointer by Talia made her 3 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the first quarter. Kaylin Elms is in for the first time. Kyla Abraham came out of that scrum with a little bit of a limp. Being careful, bit of a grimace. She's exiting under her own power. I'm sure she'll be attended to here by Chalise Fonsa. Be back out there, but it gives Kaylin Elms the opportunity to check in. She's been solid for the Bears as of late, averaging, she's actually grabbed at least 4 rebounds off the bench in her last 4 outings. First free throw from Markayla Johnson. Back rim, no. One more is coming. 2:13 remaining first quarter. Baylor with a 21-7 lead.
This is only the second time, right, that Markayla's been to the free throw
right
line. She was 1 for 2 in the last game, but missed both of them here.
Here's Alabama State with the board on possession. Flowers has it in the center jump circle. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first. She feeds it ahead, left side to Bryant. Off the dribble three, back rim, no. Rebound fought for by Markayla Johnson, and she is fouled. She had the board and a little too much aggression from Shamaya Reed. That's Reed's first, and they're already over the limit. Baylor will go to the line, but you want to cash in a little more. Baylor just so far, just 2 of 5 from the stripe as Jana Van Guytenbeek returns for Talia Scott.
You know, for Markayla Johnson, that is her second rebound, and that's big again for a guard to get in there and pull down boards. Same for Talia Scott. She has 2 rebounds as well. Really key for Baylor to get everybody crashing the boards. Even Jana has 1.
Yeah, you like seeing that so far. Baylor with a 16-7 edge on the glass is Johnson's first free throw. Spins off the back rim.
I thought that one was going
I
in.
did too. Just got to get the touchdown. Maybe sometimes get a little in someone's head too. I'm not saying that's the case with her, but you never know.
She started 0 for 18 from the three-point line, and there you go. Once you finally, and it finally hits those threes, and same thing. You finally see the ball go through the net on a free throw, and hopefully that just opens the floodgates.
Now here's a runner missed by Reed in a crowd. It rolled over a number of hands in the post, and the last hand belonged to an Alabama State Hornet, which gives it back to the Bears with 1:44 to play. A 22-7 Baylor lead. Baylor playing on offense with Van Guytenbeek, Dunn, Markayla Johnson, Kirsten Johnson, and Nels. It's Markayla, top of the arc. Looking and swinging it left side to Yuting Dunn, and a moving screen is called to get her loose. That'll go against Kirsten Johnson. That's the first foul called against the Bears, and it comes with 1:31 to go here in the first quarter. They're calling that more this year.
They are, and sometimes you've got to get up on the player and not wait, and sometimes that ends up catching you. Feet are still moving, or you're moving into the screen.
15-point lead for the Bears. 80 seconds to play first quarter. Gray in off the bench now for the first time. She has struggled with her shot this year, just under 20%. Flowers has it with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Center jump circle, directing traffic. This possession not really going anywhere for the Hornets. Flowers is going to have to launch, and she passes it inside and throws it away with the shot clock at 1. And another, a travel called on the Bears. That ball landed in the middle of about 4 Bears, and as Kayla came out of there with it, a foul is called.
Actually, it's just a,
I'm sorry,
it's
a
just
travel.
a turnover.
Beg your pardon.
I think
turnover.
Kayla just pulled down that rebound and started to dribble up, and then stopped while thinking maybe I should just pass it up ahead, and just caught in the middle of that, and then one of those unfortunate turnovers.
Flowers to play it in from the baseline, has to airmail it out to Pooler high on the right sideline. Flowers comes back to retrieve, running the point. Flowers with a little flip to Reed. Picked up by Jana Van Guyton. Big Utington knocks the ball away, nearly an over and back violation as it was fumbled by Gray. The shot clock's at 6. Norman has it at the top of the arc. Does she realize the shot clock is at 1? She does not, and it's going to evaporate. That's a shot clock violation. Really good defense by the Bears these last 2 possessions. I say 2 possessions, really almost 1 long possession with the travel in the middle there, but Baylor played about a full minute of defense without allowing a shot there.
Well, give some credit to Kayla Nelms, who had turned the ball over on that. That gave them that extra possession, but that time she realized that I'm going to cover up. They don't know the shot clock is going to go off, and so she covered it up. There was no way to even attempt a shot.
Baylor draining a little shot clock with 10 to shoot, 21 to play first quarter, up 22-7. We're down to 8. Markayla Johnson with a pass in the post to Kayla Nelms. She glasses it up too hard. Rebound is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go to Alabama State with the shot clock off and 13 and a half seconds remaining.
I think a slight hesitation on the inbound pass there, or the not really inbound pass, but from Markayla to Kayla, that just wasn't crisp. You know, you hesitate just a half a second. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
No, I'm following you. Norman glasses it too hard, and Baylor with the rebound and draws a foul. That's going to go against Alana Pooler, her first, and with Alabama State over the limit, that's going to give Baylor free throws with 3.5 seconds to go. Jana Van Guyton will head to the line where she's at 75% on the season.
Well, with 3.5 seconds left to go before the end of this quarter. Probably, maybe that was the intention. Don't let them go down and score.
There you go. There's a first free throw good. Well, the Bears will certainly take that. You've got one of your better free throw shooters in Jana Van Guyton.
Yeah, it's a good place to be right here when you've got the end of a quarter. You want to knock them both down, and Jana delivers.
24-7 Baylor lead. Alabama State has 3.5 seconds to go the length. Flowers lets it fly from midcourt, wide of the mark. And that's the way the first quarter comes to a close. A 24-7 Baylor lead. Good start for the Bears at Foster. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank. Proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Baylor by 17 at the end of 1 here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB, your bank for life, is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
It's the wrap-up year sales event at Allen Samuels in Waco. Get the 2025 Ram 1500 Lone Star with 0% for 72 months or 3.9% for 72 months, plus 10% below MSRP and $2,000 in Black Friday select inventory cash. Check out the huge selection of 2026 Ram 2500s, now with $4,000 combined bonus cash allowance, backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Hurry, these year-end savings won't last long at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Right now, we've got young Luca, a young guy who's a McLean's patient. Tell you what, he's not a fan of being on the floor, Lori. He doesn't like being out there with the mascots. He's crying. I think he wants to be anywhere but there right now. But what a little trooper that guy is. Already a young Children's Hospital patient and now out here celebrating with his family. I tell you what, they're going to laugh about this story someday, but I don't think he's enjoying it right now.
But I tell you, that has been one of the most heartwarming things that we've seen all through football season and now into basketball season is the fact that you've got children who have faced some incredible odds and their families as well, and at McLean Children's Hospital in Temple. And it's wonderful that you can see them back here at the game and enjoy themselves. Maybe not out on the court just then, but that they can be honored like that and just are special parts of the Baylor family.
Well, I hope there's some ice cream or a treat for him after that. Even at this early hour, I'm sure he's okay with that. But I'll say this, and we love everything our sponsors enable Baylor to do and our broadcast. So I don't know if I should have an opinion, but I'll say this. I think this McLean's Children's partnership, the Keaton's kid of the game, Keaton Thomas is rolling that at Baylor football, and now this is really one of the coolest things that we see.
No matter what is happening on the floor or on the field, when that moment happens during a game, everybody stops, everybody's united, and just so excited for the families and the kids who've overcome incredible odds just to be in that place where they are with their families.
Second quarter about to begin. Original starters on the floor for the Bears. Jana, Talia, KJ, Bugs, and Bella. We'll set the Alabama State lineup here in just a moment. Norman has it. They'll begin on offense here in the second quarter. Baylor with a 24-7 lead. A bounce pass in the post is knocked away, stolen by the Bears. Talia Scott comes away with it. Flowers was fighting, but it was Scott winning that battle. Talia passes to no one. She thought someone was on the left wing there to retrieve a pass, and no one was there for the baseball-style throw. So that's a turnover, just the third turnover of the game by the Bears. Couple quick numbers. Baylor 42% from the floor in the first quarter. Alabama State just 18%. Three-pointers, Baylor 3 of 5. Alabama State 1 of 3. Baylor a big edge on the boards at 18-8. Turnover, Alabama State has more at 5-3. 35 seconds into the second quarter. Here is Puckett off the bench for the first time. Samaya Puckett, a 6'3 junior, giving it outside to Smith, who fires it left side for a baseline drive and a missed layup by Simpson. Put back up and off, and Bugs clears the rebound. Lobs it ahead on the early out pass to Talia Scott. The Bears are running a nice dish off by Talia Scott to suck in the defender and then bounce it to Bella Fauntleroy for the layup.
She waited until the last minute, but she knew Bella was there, and nice bounce pass and great positioning for Bella to be able to finish again at the rim. She has 4 points.
Baylor 26, Alabama State 7. Here is Flowers with Talia Scott on her hip, missing a wild banker in the paint. Rebound bounces out to Jana Van Geitenbeek. She's off and running, but it's 1-on-2. She's going to take it inside anyway against two defenders and flip it in with the right hand.
Again, another scoop layup from that side. A tough angle for Jana, but again, just good at the rim. Showed no hesitation going into that double team in the fast break situation.
Jana began this year just 5 of 27 from the field, but in her last 4 games, she's picking it up 14 for her last 27. That's over 50%. Follow-away jumper is missed by McClendon, and then chasing the rebound. Well, I thought it was off of her, but no, it was off of Baylor, and no argument there. In fact, some frustration from Coach Nicky at them, at the Bears letting her get back to that rebound. Still an area, Baylor, I think that's an area where we think about this team reaching its ceiling. A little bit better job on the boards is going to be key in getting there. Baseline inbounds to McClendon. She retreats near the left side on the three-point arc. She drives inside, has the ball smothered out of her hands by Bella Fauntleroy. They hit the floor. Talia Scott comes out of there with it. She's on the drive, angles inside, misses the banker leaning in, but draws the foul. More free throws coming for the player in Talia Scott, who is top 5 in the nation in free throws made. It's a 28-7 Baylor lead, 7:57 to play in the first half. Kyla Abraham back in. She limped off the floor with a bit of a grimace a few moments ago, but glad to see she's all right.
And that last time down the floor, Talia Scott and Jana Van Geitenbeek just really showing her acceleration right now. But I thought that was, the defense had to account for Jana getting in position and then Talia getting to the free throw line, which is where she is just, can we just say money?
Yeah.
Just money.
That foul on Akiria Flowers. It is her first. The first on Alabama State here in the second quarter. And Talia Scott hits them both.
Just a net ripper.
That's a good description, Lori.
Man.
She's got 10 points. The net ripper. I don't know. We'll see if that takes on. You can comment on our next link, Courtside, Kim, if you like it. The net ripper. Sounds like a bit of a horror film, but in a good way. Here is Pinder having her shot blocked from the left side of the lane. Jana comes away with it, scoops it outside to Talia Scott. She's off balance, but she regains her footing and dribbles to the opposite side of the floor. Finds Bugs cutting near the top of the three-point arc. Now Bella giving it back to Bugs. She's cut off and finds it, fires across court to Scott. Scott driving a fastball pass to Bugs for the layup. I tell you what, that ball zigzagged all over the floor and then found Bugs for the layup.
You know, Talia could have gone in and high pointed off the glass, but found Bugs all alone. Great catch and finish from Bugs, and I think that's the third assist this morning by Talia Scott.
Mid-range jumper good by Pinder. She knocks it down from about 15 feet away to make the score 32-9. Baylor with the lead. Here's Talia Scott with a heat check shot missing. Bugs with the offensive rebound, stripped on the way up. She will head to the free throw line after drawing the foul. Reed and Pooler return for the Hornets. Also back in is Franklin. They'll replace Smith, Pinder, and Flowers. Bugs goes to the line. She is 1 of 2 on the afternoon. Talia Scott, the first player in double figures in this game with 11. Bugs tied for the second leading spot for the Bears here in this game with 5 with KJ. But as she hits the first free throw, she's now the second leading scorer with 6. Bugs also with 6 rebounds. So certainly on pace for yet another double-double. Free throw is up. It is good. Nice
You know, she just looks like a different player out there right now, Bugs. Playing with confidence, and all of a sudden she has just found that rhythm again, and only bodes well for Baylor when you get Little Paige Bugs going on the offensive end.
Good things happen for the Bears, and now she's out there applying defense, forcing Franklin to dribble away. About 15 seconds on the shot clock before giving it up. Then Talia Scott pokes the ball away from Puckett. She's going to drive inside. Puckett with some token defense, but that's a layup for Talia Scott. The Bears have scored 12 of the second quarter's first 14 points and have opened up a 36-9 lead, quadrupling up the Hornets.
It's just the third steal for Baylor, but it sure feels like it's been more than that.
Yeah, it really does feel like that. Turnover's not a big factor in the game so far for either team. Flowers back in. She knifes inside, lets the defender fall back to earth, and then banks it in from about 6 feet away. First scoring for Flowers to make it 36-11. Baylor quickly the other way. Here's a catch-and-shoot three by Talia Scott. If you can hear the net there, then you know this story. She is now 4 of 5 from downtown, and the Baylor lead is 28 at 39-11.
Well, they're getting a treat seeing Talia Scott play.
Yeah, Talia Scott is going to be very likely a top 5, certainly top 10 scorer in the nation when it's all said and done. Reed misses a running floater in the lane. Rebounded Talia Scott, pushes it cross court to Bella, drives inside, lays it in, but she's first called for an offensive foul. Drove inside, and Alabama State managed to stand in there and take the charge. And that gives it back to the Hornets. Markayla Johnson returns. Kira Pemberton, the North Dakota transfer, is in. Pemberton averaging 3 points and 2 rebounds per game off the bench. But, Lori, an opportunity for her. This is the first time she's been in a game this year for the Bears in the first half, save for a 30-second defensive stint at the end of the opening game against Duke.
Yeah, super important minutes here for Kira. And, again, more for Markayla inside as well. It's a little bit of a smaller lineup here for Baylor.
It's Alabama State with it. Smith has it. Abraham picks her up. Abraham over a foot taller than her, but backs off. Smith with Pemberton out there applying defense. Bounces to McClendon. Halfway through the second quarter, Baylor is up by 28 points. Now a whistle away from the ball. A 3-second violation on the Hornets. It's going to give it back to the Bears.
You know, it's kind of funny when I said a smaller lineup. Kira Pemberton's 6'1".
Yeah, well, but you're right. There's not the big traditional, outside of Abraham. We're getting more used, I think, to your point, to seeing guards. 2 posts out there. Yeah. I like, I think one thing that stood out to me when I saw Baylor, Eugene Dunn, and Kira Pemberton is you're getting some length on the perimeter. I think that hurt us at times. And again, obviously there were a lot of strengths that our shorter players had out there, Sarah Andrews and Jada Walker. But I think that's a strength this year that Baylor didn't have last year. Hey, Baylor fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like, proud partner of Baylor Athletics. After the Alabama State timeout, we've got a media timeout. We'll take it. Bears lead at 39-11 over Alabama State with 4:51 to play in the first quarter here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Slam Dunk Cash with First Central Credit Union. Create a full court press with First Central's free checking that pays you cash back and refunds fees from other banks' ATMs. Enjoy free reward checking and be the MVP of a new cashback season. It's an easy bank shot. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Eligibility and qualifications apply. Member NCUA.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
For the Bears, a 39-11 lead with 4:51 to play in the first half. Baylor shooting 52% from the field, holding Alabama State to 19% shooting, 5 of 26. They're just 1 of 3 from downtown. Lori, Alabama State has really been trying to get shots in close, and on some level they've been able to do so. But that's really where the strength of the Baylor defense is, and I think Baylor has really altered most shots. And they've got a few to drop and have got a few to fall off the rim, but for the most part, they're really going into the teeth of Baylor's defense and not coming out better for it.
You know, really challenging there at the rim or anytime anyone touches the paint. It seems like the scores that they have gotten are when Baylor's defense gets off its feet and they're just able to score when they come back down or to be able to kick it out after pulling down an offensive rebound. So they do have those second chance points, but you know, credit Baylor's defense for the most part. You know, I still love how Baylor can have not only Kyla Abraham, but can have Kyla. It's so hard to get everybody straight. Kaylin Elms and Kyla Abraham and KJ, Kirsten Johnson, who can play that game where they come from the post and come flying out at the top of the key. It's just it's startling every time you see it, and I can only imagine what it's like when you're the opponent with the basketball in your hands.
Sorry, I was laughing, Laura, because the kids are singing along with this song, Call Me Maybe, here, but so is Baylor's Director of Operations, Michael Mata. He was having a good time with it here.
Hey, just wait till they play Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. This place will be super loud.
Well, Baby Shark got him going a little bit ago, but you're right. In the spirit of the season, All I Want for Christmas Is You will really electrify the crowd of 3,000 kids who were about minus 30 years old when that song came out. Here is Markayla Johnson feeding it out of the timeout to Jana Van Geitenbeek. Knocks down the three. Jana 2 for 2 from the field. Also 2 for 2 from the free throw line. The Bears have scored 6 straight points and have opened up a 42-11 lead. Baylor scored 18 of the second quarter's 22 points. Yuting Dunn will check in next dead ball as we're down to 4:15 remaining in the first half. It is Franklin running point, trying to lob it to McClendon. Jana tipped the pass, but it did manage to bounce to McClendon. She's got Kira Pemberton defending her, unloads outside to Smith, feeds it in the corner. A quick catch and shoot line drive three is short by Franklin. Jana Van Geitenbeek grabs the rebound, but didn't realize that she had Peterson trailing behind her to knock the ball away. Then an outlet pass to McClendon is knocked away by Pemberton, but as she fell to the floor, McClendon grabbed it and flipped it in from about 5 feet away. That snaps a Baylor run of 6 straight points. Now here is Bella Fauntleroy with it. Bella up top to Kyla Abraham. Can't hit a cutting Markayla Johnson with a pass, so she gives it to Jana Van Geitenbeek off a screen, and she is bodied by Peterson. Coach Nikki encouraging players out there when they're open to shoot. And you know, this is an unselfish team, Lori, so I got to say, that's what players want to hear, right? Your coach tells you to shoot. She wants them to be ready, and I think that's another area some of these young players are still trying to get the feel down. Do I shoot in rhythm? Do I pass? They're thinking. She wants them to really sense when They're open. That foul, by the way, on Peterson was her first. The team's second.
Dunn.
Here's a three by Yuting Dunn, just like that.
Well, Dunn was left wide open, and teams are going to learn they can't do that. Jana found her for another assist, and Baylor extends its lead now, 45-13.
4 assists now for Jana Van Geitenbeek. McClendon can't clear a shot in the post against the defense of Kyla Abraham, so she kicks it out to Gray, missing a three from the right side. Markayla Johnson rebounds, galloping in the front court with the kick out to Yuting Dunn. Drives baseline and sends it out to Jana. Three from the left side, splashes in another one. 10 points for Jana.
Jana was calling for that basketball, and she was ready to let it fly, and she ripped the nets, just like Talia Scott.
Quite a first half for Van Geitenbeek. 10 points, 3 of 3 shooting. 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. She has 4 rebounds and 4 assists.
A great recognition for Dunn to let that ball go for the assist.
Gray spins in the lane and hits a shot that is a little wild, and I think that's one of those shots you're like, well, if you take enough of them, some of them are going to fall, and that just happens to be the one that did. Yuting Dunn with the basketball. The other way, Baylor up 48-15 with 2:25 to play first half. Pemberton, a catch-and-shoot three with a defender in her face. It's online, but too strong, and the rebound grabbed by Smith. Here is Smith dancing in the front court, angling to the left side of the floor. Can't bounce it to Franklin, so she wants to drive on Van Geitenbeek instead. Jana staying put defensively. There's a bounce to a cutting teammate, and Peterson misses the runner. Not a bad timing pass, but Peterson couldn't finish. Markayla Johnson comes out of there with the rebound as we're under 2 minutes to play first half. Jana thought about a three from the right wing. Instead, puts it on the floor with the left hand. Angles across court, sends it in the corner. Here's Dunn for three. Rainbows it in. Another one from the left corner. Boy, Baylor 8 of 12, Lori, from downtown.
And 4 straight threes for Baylor. Jana has 2, and Dunn has 2.
A palindromic 51-15 lead for the Bears with under 90 seconds to play. Here is Gray on the right wing, feeding in the post. Dunn tips the pass. Jana tries to run it down, and it's lucky that she didn't get a hand on it because it was last touched by the Hornets.
But didn't you love waiting on that last three a moment ago? It just looked like Baylor was a little out of sync offensively, but they got the ball back in the hands of Jana, and she just was very patient, waiting for Dunn to bust over in the corner and just made a beeline pass to Dunn.
We're down to 1:19 to play in the second quarter. Baylor a 51-15 lead. Pemberton plays it in to Talia Scott, running the point now with Jana getting a breather here until halftime. Markayla Johnson high on the right wing, holding the ball. Needs a teammate to come get, and away from the ball, a whistle and a foul called on Kyla Abraham. Looks like she was trying to clear space. Yeah, well away from the ball. She must have been clearing some space. Coach Nikki shouting out some instructions to her. She nods her head. That's Kyla's first and the team's third.
Big minutes. 1 minute, 9 seconds left. You've got subs on there except for Talia Scott.
Opportunity for some players, particularly Kira Pemberton, who hasn't played much in the first half. She bodies up the player there with the basketball. That's Taylor Smith. Smith fumbles the ball but gets it back. There's a switch off on defense. Now it is Simpson driving inside. Has her shot partially deflected by Pemberton, but somehow rolls it in anyway. Under a minute to go now, under 45 seconds to be more precise. Talia Scott across midcourt. We're down to 22 seconds to shoot. Scott, right side of the floor, picks up some speed, sends it in the corner. Markayla Johnson for three on line, but too strong. Alabama State with the rebound. Has it taken away. Markayla Johnson just took it from Simpson, takes it to the bucket, and lays it in to make it 53-17. Shot clock is off. Alabama State can play for the last shot if they want to. A 36-point Baylor lead, which is their largest. There's a switch off defensively. Smith harassed near midcourt, unloads to Norman, and she throws it out of bounds on the bounce pass. Baylor will have 3.8 seconds to go the length and see if they can head into halftime with a bucket. You know, they practice these midcourt shots at the end of every shoot-around. Let's see if they can hit one here. Pemberton plays it into Talia at midcourt with two, to the top of the arc with 1-0, and she kind of lost the dribble and couldn't get a shot away. That would have been fun to see if she could, but nonetheless, good first half for the Bears. They lead Alabama State by a score of 53-17. Our Nissan halftime report is coming up next. We'll have stats, other scores, maybe more of a schedule. There's not a lot of scores going on right now in college basketball in general on this Tuesday morning, but we'll take a look at what's ahead and then get you ready for the second half here at Foster Pavilion on the future Bears game. Well attended today. They're making noise, and they've helped cheer the Bears to a 53-17 lead at intermission here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to live coverage of Baylor women's basketball. Now, it's time for the Nissan Halftime Show. Brought to you by Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the first half. Check in on scores and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bears on a Tuesday morning in front of 3,000 plus school children, plus fans who are here traditionally as well. They lead Alabama State 53-17. And Lori, so far so good. And I got to say, you kind of need games like this. It has been a busy stretch here at Baylor. I see President Livingstone looking relaxed, talking to people after the search process that eventually led to the selection of Doug McNamee as athletic director. The first gent, Brad, is here in jeans and an ugly Christmas sweater, and I say that affectionately. It's a big, bright Baylor Christmas sweater with all kinds of designs on it. You see fans who normally are at these games laughing at the things the kids are screaming about. So, I don't know. You need a game like this every once in a while, and it comes at a good time. The men have theirs tomorrow.
Yeah, it's just joy. Let's all have fun during this most joyous season of the year, and the kids certainly make it fun. All you got to do is say, all right, so-and-so elementary, are you here? And you're just all of a sudden going, what happened? But it is super exciting to have
Sorry,
them
Laura.
here. No, just great to have them here.
You talk about things that are greater than the sum of all their parts. The scream here, for the kids, when they scream all at once, you feel it. You know what I mean? You expect 3,000 kids screaming in unison to be loud. but I don't know. It picks up some steam. It's like it gathers and just kind of punches everyone in the room, but it's a good thing.
I was telling you that when my daughter was in, I think maybe intermediate school, she and all of her friends on her birthday to go see NSYNC in Dallas. And it was ear-splitting.
I believe that.
It wasn't the music that hurt my ears. It was the girls screaming.
Yeah.
And that's what this reminds me of. And again, I just can't wait for All I Want for Christmas Is You, because that was my favorite part of last year's Future Bears game, because it was in unison. Everybody was singing. And that's what's fun about that collective experience. You will never forget coming to this game. You will not forget the players that you saw play and, the fun that you had with your friends and your teachers.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a quick look at stats here on the Nissan Halftime Report. First team numbers, Baylor shooting 56% from the field, 18 of 32. Same number of field goal attempts for Alabama State, but they've hit just 8. 25%, they're 1 of 5 beyond the arc. Baylor is scorching 8 of 13. 62%. Baylor 9 of 13 from the free throw line. Turnovers not a big factor. Alabama State 10, Baylor 7. Bears have outscored them 10-4 off of those miscues. Significant edge on the boards for the Bears, as it should be in this game. 27-12. Baylor with 8 second chance points. 3 for Alabama State. The Bears with 14 assists on 18 field goals. That's a great number. Alabama State with 3 on 8. They are led in scoring by Nicaria Flowers with 4. Smith has 3 points. The rest of their scoring has been by players all with an individual bucket. For the Bears, 2 in double figures, led by Talia Scott with 16 points on 5 of 8 shooting, 4 of 5 beyond the arc, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Guards have been big for the Bears. Jana Van Geitenbeek, 10 points. She's not missed a shot so far. 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 beyond the arc, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. She also has 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Another strong outing for Jana here in the first half. Darian Littlepage-Buggs on pace for a double-double, 7 points, 6 rebounds. 6 points for Yu-Ting Dunn off the bench, 2 of 3 from the field, all of them beyond the arc. The Johnsons, Markayla and KJ, each with 5 points apiece. 4 for Bella Fauntleroy, Kira Pemberton, Kyla Abraham, Kaylin Elms all played, but did not score. All adds up to a 53-17 halftime lead for the Bears. We'll take a timeout, take a quick look at what's ahead in college basketball today, and then get you ready for the second half. That's all on the way from Foster, where the Bears are up by 36 at halftime here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop at upcoming Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities to create an electric home atmosphere by visiting BaylorBears.com/Go Gold. Sic 'em Bears.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
exciting in this future Bears game today at Foster Pavilion. Another future Bears game tomorrow as the Baylor men's basketball team will tip off at 11 a.m. against Norfolk State. Only one other game in the Big 12 Conference today, and that comes up later on tonight at 6 o'clock as Arizona State will visit Penn State. Tomorrow, San Diego State will visit K-State. Eastern Kentucky will be at Arizona. Number 11, Iowa, and number 10, Iowa State. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on ESPN. And then Boise State will visit Utah. So kind of a light schedule today. 4 more teams playing tomorrow. And again, of course, men's basketball at 11 a.m. Tomorrow, the future Bears game here against Norfolk State. Again, our score right now here in Foster Pavilion, it's Baylor 53, Alabama State 17. You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
You've been listening to the Nissan Halftime Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Brought to you by TFNB, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we get set for the second half action with the Baylor Bears. As we rejoin Derek Smith live from the booth, bringing you the second half of action and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Foster Pavilion, the Bears out of the locker room. Alabama State likely to join them out here on the floor shortly. Baylor a 53-17 halftime lead. And Lori, so far this feels not unlike the game just under a week ago, Wednesday night against Southeastern Louisiana. Crisp ball movement. Baylor forcing the pace, keeping the pressure up, and they did so for a full 40 minutes. Now, maybe they won't score 112 points today, or maybe they will, but whatever the case, that's what you really just want to see here. Another strong 20 minutes, make Alabama State continue to work for everything. You dictate the tempo, you get good shots, and hopefully knock down more of them than not, and that's a pretty successful day here. Watch your head, Lori. There's a kid with a noodle right behind us. I just about turned into him, and just about. Oh goodness, it's wild here, at Foster Pavilion. We might need to get Colin Pirtle a helmet over here. They pass out the noodles to the student section. They did so to a kid, or at least he got one. And this is wild.
I wish I had that much energy.
Yes.
You know, to bounce around. I want to say hi to the kids from Hewitt Elementary. That's where my daughter went to. Elementary school, so I'm glad to see them. Just don't whack us in the back of the head with a noodle.
Here it is again, Lori. Here it is. He's spinning it. All right. If you and I were taller, this would be dangerous. But luckily, we're not. You and I are not Brad Livingstone over here.
Not.
So
we are not. We're not Linda Livingstone either.
Well, that's true. Yes. Yeah, we did not play college basketball at Oklahoma State like they did. All right, here we go. Second half about to begin. Original starters on the floor here. Baylor has it. It's Shanna Van Geitenbeek lobbing it with a little floating pass out to Talia Scott. Euro step, bounces it to Jana in the corner, drives baseline, finds Bugs beneath the basket. She floats it in. Not sure if she was passing it to Bugs or KJ. In fact, the way Bugs is laughing, I think it was KJ, but Bugs got it and laid it in. So there you go, 55-17 Bears.
Yeah, it looks like it was a play that was all intended for Jana and Talia, but it just ended up where Bugs got the shot.
Puckett has a little look from the right baseline, 5 feet away, leaves it short. KJ clears the rebound. Kirsten Johnson with 5 points, 3 boards, and 2 assists. Jana Van Geitenbeek penetrates the arc, kicks it out to KJ. She's been good from deep, and she hits the 3. KJ hasn't taken a lot of threes, but she's been effective in doing so. She's now 5 of 8 on the year.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah. 8 points, and Baylor has a 41-point edge here. Biggest of the game a minute into the third quarter. Flowers will launch, and 2 strong on a 3. Weak side rebound picked off the floor by Van Geitenbeek. She's off and running, pushes a pass ahead, intended for Bella, but it ends up in the arms of Flowers, a steal for Alabama State. She sends it left corner to Smith, who bounces it on the block to Pinder. Pinder drives inside, missing a reverse layup, going left to right. Bugs with another rebound, gives it off to Jana, who feeds on the outlet to Leah Scott. Scott slows things down and spins it over to Bugs. Bugs to Fauntleroy. Bella around the screen, tries a long 2. That's off the mark. And Smith clears the rebound. Bella struggling with her shot today. She's 2 of 8 from the field. Baylor by 41, and it stays that way as Flowers misses a shot. Van Geitenbeek rebounds, sends it out to Talia for a catch and shoot and made. 3-point basket.
Goodness. I don't think that nearly ripped the nets, but she is ripping the nets as far as shooting percentage goes. Talia Scott with 19 points on 6 of 9 shooting. She's 5 of 6 from beyond the arc.
She is scorching again today for the Bears. Pinder picks up her dribble, needs some help, and a timeout is called by her head coach, Johnetta Hayes. Hayes, who, by the way, played collegiate basketball at Rice, now coaching at Alabama State, and she calls the timeout. We will take it as well. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different, Bank Central. Central National Bank. 61-17 Bears. 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the third quarter. You're on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't buy from social media ads unless the ad is from a verified company. When you click those ads, you open yourself up to fraud. If it seems too good to be true, it almost always is.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
For your home or business, Bob Baker, a picture of calm in a sea of chaos here. Our courtside engineer, the G-Man, with screaming kids all around us. A kid bringing a noodle up over his shoulder and down perilously close to our heads, but that's all right. They're having fun. I'd like to think that noodle wouldn't hurt too much if it did. It depends on the torque. It depends on how much torque he can get with that, but we're having a good time here at Foster Pavilion. Baylor leads it 61-17 with 7:45 to play in the third quarter. Well on their way to what would be their 6th consecutive win and 10 victories in 11 tries this season. And one thing Baylor has done, Lori, each of these quarters is just get off to a good start. They scored the first 9 points of the game. They scored 10 of the first 12 points in the second quarter, and they're off to an 8-0 run here in the third quarter. So good starts to each quarter here.
Yeah, even that first play, it was run like it was supposed to do. Just Alabama State got their hands on the basketball some, but it still ended up with Jana being able to get an assist to Bugs. Not sure if Bugs was the intended receiver, but still she scored, and Jana got an assist, and then Jana over to KJ for the 3.
Our friend Daniel Ramirez, doing stats for TV, notes that that Talia has scored 19 points, 2 more all by herself than the entire Alabama State team. Hornets have it out of the timeout. They're going to try to change that. Oh, they do. Right as I say that, Bryant hits a 3. So now Alabama State has outscored Talia Scott. But it was a good note nonetheless.
Well, give Talia a minute here.
Yeah, that's true. KJ has it top of the arc, swings it right side to Van Guyton. Big pass in the post tip, but run down by Bugs. Backs her way in on the right block. Turnaround jumper. Oh, can't quite get the roll. KJ spikes the rebound, but can't grab it as she's stumbling backwards. And it's Pinder clearing it. Ahead to Flowers for Alabama State. It's a 61-20 Baylor lead. 3 minutes gone, second half. Flowers bounces it ahead to Pinder. Over to the right side, it is Smith. Turnaround 3, no good. Back rim miss, and the rebound grabbed and put back in. And a foul is called on the Bears. That's Bella Fauntleroy, and Bryant has a chance at a 3-point play. Not sure what drew the screams there.
I'm not sure either.
Or I don't know. I was hoping you might have seen.
No, I was over here just running for cover.
A chance at a 3-point play for Pinder. This is actually their first free throw of the afternoon. 61-22 Baylor lead. That foul again on Bella is her second. And the team's first of the third quarter. Free throw no good. Tipped around on the rebound, though, and it's out of bounds to the Bears.
Everybody clap your hands.
Well, after the Bears scored the first 8 points of the third quarter, Alabama State's run off a mini 5-0 run. And the Bears will try to quell that here with Van Guytenbeek on the left-hand dribble, top of the arc. Lobs it left side to Bugs, mid-range jumper. Spins off, offensive rebound, KJ. KJ fouled on the floor as she grabs the offensive board. That'll go against Ashley Gray, her first, and it's the first on Alabama State. Well, no free throws here as that came on the floor. Great undercut KJ as she came back down with the board, and Talia Scott will play it in from the baseline. Lobs it to KJ, hands it right back to Scott. Scott looking to clear some room. Hooks it mid-post down low. KJ open all, but she misses the layup. Rebound tipped to Bryant, angling into the front court. Thought she had a lane to the basket. Puts up a tough right-hand runner from about 10 feet away. That's good.
That's a 7-0 run now for Alabama State over the last 1 minute and 19 seconds.
Nice late dish to KJ from Jana. Count it and put her on the line. Well, KJ, after missing the layup a moment ago, hits a tougher one here as she draws the foul. Great timing by Jana Van Guytenbeek on the dish off across the lane. That's 9 assists for Jana, who's on her way to double-digit assists in 2 of her last 3 ball games.
Yeah, confident play. Jana just timed that bounce pass. Again, bounce passes and lanes are usually pretty scary, but KJ was deep on the block and then took the contact while scoring.
KJ gets the free throw to fall. It hit the front and the back of the rim before dropping home. It's a 40-point lead again for the Bears. The foul on the way, by the way, was on Caitlin Bryant for Alabama State. Baylor has been called for 1 foul. The Hornets 2 here in the third. McClendon back in for the Hornets. She takes the pass, drives inside, glasses it too hard. KJ with the rebound in a crowd, scoops it to Bugs. She feeds it ahead to Bella Fauntleroy, and that was a tough pass there and a tough play. Bella is called for an offensive foul. As really she got undercut by Nikeria Flowers, and you know, that's a tough call there, and I think that was just a bad case of maybe not a good decision on the pass, and Flowers undercut Bella, who had height, and pushed her down unintentionally as they both hit the deck hard.
Yeah, it looks like Bella just kind of tweaked a little bit before she went down. But boy, Bella's just she's had a tough day today.
That's the third foul on Bella Fauntleroy, and the Hornets will play it in from the baseline. Smith to play it in. Bobs away up top on the right sideline to Flowers, who angles to the middle of the floor. Baylor's hit a little bit of a quiet spot offensively, while the Hornets have had really their best offensive stretch of the game, scoring 7 points in about a 3-minute stretch. Flowers drives inside, poor decision, has her shot swatted out of bounds by KJ.
Yeah, that's surprising. KJ is #1 in the Big 12 Conference in blocks and blocks per game. She's in the top 10 nationally. She has been as advertised as far as a rim protector goes for Baylor this season.
Uting Dunn in for the Bears. Smith to play it in, fires a fastball into McClendon. There's another block by KJ, and that's a shot clock violation.
Oh, KJ, there you go, just keeping those long arms up, and she just times that so well instead of getting her body into it. Jana takes the basketball up quickly up the floor.
KJ stands 6'4" and looks even taller than that when she has her arms outstretched. Van Geitenbeek feeds to KJ, top of the key, hands it to Talia Scott. Step back three, she wants another one. It's in and out, but a foul is called, and she'll have 3 free throws coming. That is Nikeria Flowers called for the extracurricular there. That is her second foul, the team's third, and it's going to send Talia Scott back to the line. She is 2 for 2 from the stripe today. Excellent on the game. She has 19 points and has taken just 9 field goal attempts.
I couldn't tell what Coach Nikki was saying to Leah. They were both smiling at each other. But maybe this is just as good as a three-pointer to get Talia Scott to the line for 3 free throws.
Well, that shot rattled out. She almost had a chance at a 4-point play. But whatever as Coach Nikki said was humorous. The bench is still laughing as Talia floats in another free throw. Oh, the crowd, they're eating it up. The free throws. Oh, if she hits this third in a row, she's going to blow the roof off this place, Lori, at a 42-point Baylor lead. It is up. Oh!
6-7!
Oh, that's why. I don't know what it means, but they love it. Baylor has scored 67 points. Oh, and they've got it up on the video board. Here's Bryant missing a mid-range jumper. Offensive rebound, McClendon. Kick out to Smith. Catch and shoot 3. No. And in a crowd, the rebound is grabbed by Buggs. She's dragged down from behind by McClendon.
That's what Coach Nikki was talking about.
That's what she was joking about. Was she joking about missing a shot just to not get there? I don't know why the kids like 6'7". They don't know why they do. They just do, and they're still buzzing. That's the age we live in. People love something they don't even know what it means. But
we should let them know that we're shooting 67% from the three-point line as well.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative, and they love it here. That brings us, by the way, that foul to our third quarter media timeout. The foul on McClendon, her first, and the team's fourth. Today's game is presented by McLean's Children's Clinic. McLean's Children's, never fear, we're right here. Baylor up 67-24 with 4:46 to play in the third on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip? Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
With 4 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the third quarter, the kids love the 67 score. They're going insane for it as the cheerleaders and mascots throw T-shirts into the crowd. Fun morning here at Foster Pavilion. By the way, Baylor's new director of athletics, Doug McNamee, is in the house visiting over, sitting next to President Livingstone and Brad, and visiting with fans here. Good to see him here the day after his introduction. Certainly thrilled to have him here as Baylor's next director of athletics. And Lori, he hasn't seen a lot just yet, at least not I've seen. He may have been moving around the facility, I should say. I don't know when he arrived, but we see him now for the first time across the way. And whatever he seemed to expect, it's been some pretty crisp basketball, and hopefully stays that way for the final 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's hope so. This is the important part of the game. You not only just maintain your pace, but maintain your focus. I don't know how you can't derive great energy from this team or from this crowd. And also, once Alabama State gets to the free throw line, you see some cupcakes up there. That will send everybody into a frenzy. I guess they'll do that for Baylor students. But it sure is a lot of fun, though, to be a part of the game day experience.
Out of the timeout, the Bears will go the length of the floor, beginning on offense here. Jana Van Geitenbeek into the front court. She's had a really nice game for the Bears. An assist away from a double-double. Yuting Dunn tries a floater in the lane that falls off the rim, but on the attempt for the rebound, Buggs is brought down to the floor by Kaylee Simpson. And Simpson called for her first foul and the team's 5th.
I think Buggs has hit the floor more than Bella today.
I think you're right.
But that's because she's just relentless again. Relentless pursuing the ball, relentless at rebounding. It's going to send Buggs back to the free throw line.
Well, she is 2 points and 2 rebounds away from a double-double. She can get the points here this trip to the free throw line.
That would be her 5th double-double of the season.
Officials talking things through here. And not sure what it is that they're looking at exactly, but there seems to be a discrepancy in some. Oh, they're going to change the foul call. That is not on Kaylee Simpson. It's on Alana Pooler, and that's Pooler's 2nd, and still the team's 5th. So Pooler is called for the foul. Write that down on the scorecards that you all undoubtedly have wherever you're listening. Here's a free throw up by Buggs. Back rim, no. One more coming.
She just did that to keep the score at 6-7.
That's right. Yeah, that's got to be that could be the only reason. One more coming.
There you go.
It's good.
Boy, they just love free throws. Man, free throws go in.
They
just
do.
shows you how valuable they are. They're just as exciting as a three-pointer.
It didn't occur to me that the 6-7 was about to hit. I just knew they were going to be excited if she hit that 3rd free throw in a row. Totally underestimating the moment on my part. Baylor is up now 68 to 24 rather here as Flowers feeds it in the post down low to McClendon. Has a shot blocked from behind by KJ. Jana comes out of there with it, lobs it ahead to Yuting Dunn. Extra pass to Talia Scott, who is called for stepping on the sideline as she launched a 3. I like the intent there. Baylor really moved the ball down the floor quickly, and an extra pass from Dunn, but unfortunately Scott came down with it on the sideline. Under 4 minutes to play in the third. Here's Smith with it for Alabama State. Markayla Johnson prepares to check in on the next dead ball. In the corner, here is Flowers, point up for a mid-range jumper and knocking it down. And racing back down the floor is Jana Van Geitenbeek. Baylor is up by 42 points. They have led by as many as 44 this afternoon. Talia Scott drives inside, bumped by Flowers, and that's going to send Talia Scott back to the free throw line. Flowers, that's her third foul, and Alabama State remains over the limit. Kyla Abraham to return for the Bears, giving Kirsten Johnson a breather. KJ with 11.6 rebounds and 3 blocked shots. A really nice game for her. Jana Van Geitenbeek will also exit Markayla Johnson in. Numerous substitutions for Alabama State will reset their lineup. They have McClendon, Bryant, Norman, Smith, and Franklin out there. As Talia Scott goes to the free throw line and calmly drains the first. She has 23 points. And the next one will send her, if she makes one more, it'll send her over her season average of 23.2 points per game. Second free throw also good, so she does that. She has 24. The Baylor lead is back to 44 again, their largest at 70-26.
Talia Scott's been over 20 points. As she just picks up a foul call, not on her, but picks up a push-off to give the ball back to Baylor. But she's been over 20 points in all but 2 of Baylor's games this season, and one of those also was a 32-point effort.
That offensive foul gives it back to the Bears. And Laura, I know Coach Nicky loves this. We talked about it some in the pregame interview as Talia tries another field goal. Well, I'll change my numbers here. She now has 26 points on just 10 field goal attempts. That's very efficient, very impressive. That foul, by the way, a moment ago was on Amari Franklin.
And that only means more for Baylor. You know, if you spread that scoring around, it goes to showing your full team effort, and that's a travel. Good defense.
Back to the Bears.
Excellent defense from Buggs and Abraham in the middle, causing that step-out play. And now Bella back in the game for Buggs. Let's see if we can get Bella back on track. And number 22 can get hot, and she can get hot in a hurry.
Turnovers haven't been a big factor in this game. Baylor has forced 13 and given it back 10 times. Bears with the basketball. It is Talia Scott stepping into a long-range 3, left it short off the front rim, and the rebound corralled by Norman, uncontested. They're going to weave it into the front court, send it in the corner. Bryant with a wild turnaround, and she is bailed out by a Bella Fauntleroy foul, and that's Bella's 4th. Second on the Bears, but the 4th on Bella. She just hasn't quite had her game the last couple here against UTSA and then today against Alabama State. And that's going to send Bryant to the free throw line. They have attempted just one free throw on the game and missed it. We'll see if the kids sense that cupcakes are at stake, if she could miss them both, and she's halfway there. Too strong on the first. I don't know if the kids are following along with the PA announcer. The cupcakes are at stake here. One more coming for Bryant. It's on the way, and it rattles out. She missed them both, so some students are going home with cupcakes today. And we're going back the other way. 72-26 Bears. Talia Scott has it. Middle of the floor, sends it to Bella. She's going to let a 3 fly, leaves it short. And the rebound grabbed by Bryant. Bryant spins it ahead to Franklin. Thought about a 3, thought better of it. Gives it to McClendon. Uting Dunn out there with a hand in her face. They bounce it to Smith. 2:10 to play in the third quarter. Baylor is up by 46 points. Here's a fake and a drive by Franklin. Dishes it back to Smith. Lets a 3 go from the right wing. It's an air ball. Abraham will let the ball bounce out of bounds to the Bears. Kira Pemberton will return for Baylor off the bench. Pemberton will give Bella Fauntleroy a break. Bella Fauntleroy struggling with fouls today. She's got 4 of them. So just one more to give the rest of the way. Colin Pirtle tells us that there are officially 3,247 students in attendance today. And they have brought tremendous energy. There's a pass knocked away by Franklin, but run back down by Uting Dunn. But it's an over and back violation. I think she must have grabbed the ball there right along the midcourt stripe and then let her own momentum carry her across to give it back to the Hornets. Minute 48 to play. Third quarter. Baylor is up 72-26. Official attendance 4,169. Good crowd on hand here today. at Foster. Really hope we can see numbers like that the rest of the way. This team is shaping up to be really good, and I don't think they've come anywhere close to hitting their ceiling. 100 seconds to play in the third quarter. Driving attempt by Simpson is blocked by Pemberton. Pemberton comes away with the loose ball, gives it to Talia Scott, hesitates, drives to the bucket, leaves the runner short, but earns the trip to the free throw line. That foul is on Caitlin Bryant, her third. More free throws coming. Baylor at 76% from the stripe today, 16 of 21, and a big part of the reason for that success has been Talia Scott, already coming into the game second in the Big 12 and fourth in the nation in made free throws. She's added 7 to that total in 7 tries today.
Can't get much better than that.
And at 27 to play here in the third quarter. Free throws are coming for Talia. It is up and good. One more.
I was so confident she was going to make it. I already wrote it.
Hey, I'm not shocked.
At
Do
least
you
the
have
first
that
one.
confidence again?
Now I
Well,
do,
you should
yeah.
have, because she did. By the way, she's just 2 points away from what would be her second 30-point game as a Bear. Franklin shaves across the top of the three-point arc, wants to get downhill. Ooh, stripped to the ball, and a touch foul called on Talia. Talia may have got all ball, but she's called for the foul. That's her first, the team's third. Don't love that call from this angle, but also Baylor's up 74-26, and that's the first foul on Talia. So
Ooh, she did get all ball.
get all ball.
But
that's just when I'll be like, I missed that one, and I'll
Shoot.
move on. Well, Baylor up 74-26 with 1:16 to play in the third quarter. Bears are on a 6-0 run. Free throw is too strong by Franklin. They're now 0 of 4 from the line. Not a good free throw shooting team to begin with, just 57% from the stripe this year. One more coming, and that rims out. Abraham had the rebound in her hands, but could not corral it. There was some contact there.
I thought there was an over the back.
I thought there was an over the back, too.
Something caused that ball to go out of bounds.
Yeah. But the Bears didn't get the call, and Alabama State will get another look at it. Inbound to Smith, right corner. Finds Norman down low, and she just sort of fires in a shot over Yuting Dunn. Not really a good look, but she hit it, and that makes it 74-28. Dunn has the ball bounce off of her foot. We'll see if it was touched by Alabama State. She chases it all the way down by the baseline, and that's an over and back violation. So not tipped. It'll go back to the Hornets with just under a minute to play in the third quarter. Whistle as they're playing it in. Alabama State coach Shanetta Hayes is arguing for a timeout, and we will keep it right here with the Bears with a 74-28 lead. Lori, we can nitpick in games like this. I'd say the Baylor offense has got a little bit bogged down as of the last few minutes or so. Let's see if they can get that back on track as we head to the fourth quarter. The 21-point third, Baylor's lowest scoring thus far. Although there's still 57.2 seconds to change that.
Yeah, you know you're probably going to have the opportunity to play for the last shot, but you certainly want to have a good defensive effort here after turning the basketball over when you have an opportunity, to maybe manufacture another shot during the last minute of this game, or last minute of this third quarter, rather. Baylor up 74-28, but still you want to see good, solid effort the last 57.2 seconds left.
By the way, Alabama State just has one timeout remaining. They've called 3 of them. Inbounds to Pinder, drives inside, has her layup attempt blocked by Kyla Abraham. Markayla Johnson runs down the loose ball in the corner, and here come the Bears into the front court. She's got Simpson in her hip pocket, but is able to break the pressure. Pemberton tries to find a cutting Dunn, who throws it out of bounds, Couldn't quite collaborate there. They were a little sloppy here at the end of the third quarter, although as I'll say this, you've got a lineup out there we're not used to seeing with Scott, Markayla Johnson, Pemberton, Abraham, and Dunn. 9 seconds between the clocks. Bounce pass into the post is stolen by Abraham, and now Baylor can play for the last shot. Down to 18 seconds to go with the shot clock dark. Talia Scott in the center jump circle. She's got 28 points. That's as many as Alabama State has as a team. She begins her drive with 8, gets past the screen, drives inside, and draws a trip to the free throw line. A foul is on Takira Walters-Norman. Norman's first, and Talia Scott can reach 30 from the stripe if she can knock these down. She is 7 of 11 from the field, 5 of 7 from the three-point line, and then 9 of 9 from the line.
If she can knock these down?
Sure, that's true.
we're just saying what
we'll go in here with 4.6 seconds to go. I mean, you know, the longer you go perfect, as the first one is good, the more likely you are statistically to miss one. And yet, I really feel like with her, she's got about an 88.8% chance of hitting every one of them. Just a soft touch that can get the roll, and she does hit them both. It's her second 30-point game of the season. It's a 76-28 Baylor lead. Alabama State tries a long shot at the end of the third and actually came close. Smith misses off the front rim from about 40 feet. And the first 30 minutes here are in the books. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Fourth quarter straight ahead here at Foster Pavilion. Baylor with a 76-28 lead here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced
Is it 76-24?
The new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that
28
eyes, face, and neck areas.
Okay.
Safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, the kids do love their teachers. Not quite as much as they love the number 6-7, but they do love them here. And boy, I tell you what, it is a 48-point Baylor lead. The energy here is as if it is a tight ball game right down to the wire.
I think being a Baylor fan on the screen when the kids are given, all right, take it to another level if you are a Baylor fan, and I think that beat 6-7 and it beat Buckeyes.
That's good. That's good. Well, this is a great outreach here. So many kids. You know, who knows how many will come to Baylor. We'd love them all to come here, but hopefully they're encouraged to look at Baylor, to go to college, and want to come back here to another game. We got a lot of big games upcoming. Maybe they can come out here with their families and enjoy it. We'd love to have that take place.
Any game I ever went to, in fact, I saw the Bearettes play when I was in junior high. And I think we must have gone to Mars McLean. I don't think they were at Heart of Texas Coliseum at that point, but I am just giving it all away today about
Well, Lori, I was going to say, I didn't know they were still called the Bearettes in the mid-1990s when you were in middle school. So,
thank you very much for that, but that was not it. But, you know, we had the opportunity to go see them play, and the great Susie Snyder-Eppers, who had played at Robinson High School locally, still holds all kinds of track and field records here in Central Texas, by the way, to show you what kind of an outstanding athlete she was. But it was impactful to be a junior high kid, to come to a university campus, to see women playing and really enjoying that.
This is neat, Lori. One of the teachers here from Woodway Elementary is our own Baylor women's basketball alum, Madison Bartley. Just got her up on the screen.
Miss Bartley up
there.
Miss
Bartley. Yeah, she brought a lot of good things to this program in her 2 years here. Dealt with injuries. I think we would have seen her more on the court. There's a missed three by Franklin, but you always knew she wanted to become a teacher. She is a teacher at Woodway Elementary, and neat to see her here with her kids today. Glad they got her up on the Baylor Vision video board.
Hey, and just a moment ago, that was Markayla Johnson's 6th rebound. That's her career high.
Well, lots of career highs potentially taking place today. Bugs lets a three fly. It is no good. Rebound nearly chased down by Markayla, who had to throw on the brakes in the last minute. Otherwise, she would have taken Bella Fauntleroy down hard again. You know, Bella always finds the floor. That could have happened there on the sideline.
Yes, but don't take Bella down.
No, don't.
But great effort. I think that's what we're really seeing out of Markayla today. Just a lot of effort plays, especially on the boards.
Here's a turnover by Alabama State. Beg your pardon. A cross-court pass fumbled away by Taylor Smith. It's going to give it back to the Bears. Neither team has scored here in the first 50 seconds of the third quarter. A 76-28 Baylor lead is where we stand. Kayla Nelms out there for the Bears, as Markayla Johnson dances and throws it right to Franklin, who's got a clear path to the basket, but misses the layup because Markayla Johnson came racing back into her purview and forced the miss. Good hustle there by Markayla after the turnover. Jana nearly fumbles the basketball, but manages to bounce it to Markayla, right wing. Kick back out to Van Geitenbeek. She finds Nelms down low, uses her leverage to wing in and kiss it off the glass for her first bucket of the game.
Well, Nelms is really steady right around the basket. You get the ball into her, into the interior, and she can set herself really strongly on the block, and it's such a nice finish. That was Jana's 10th assist of the game, so in double digits again. So she's got a double-double herself. 10 points and 10 assists.
Love seeing that as Baylor's Kayla Nelms is called for a foul away from the ball.
I think that is her first double-double of this season. Is that her first double-double
of her career? That may be her first double-double as a Bear. I believe it is. We'll double-check that. But, you know, she had the double-digit assists on Wednesday, but it was at 8 points. She was unselfish. She wasn't shooting, but today she gets both double digits in points and assists, 10 apiece. 8:20 to play. Inbound to Norman, who airballs a mid-range jumper from the left side of the lane. Here's Markayla Johnson coming away with the basketball for the Bears. Retreats behind the three-point arc. They're going to swing it around the perimeter. It's Van Geitenbeek around an Abraham screen. Pick and roll. Floats it back to Abraham, and she is fouled on her way to the bucket. Free throws forthcoming for Abraham. That's on Kaya Ponder, her third and the team's first foul of the fourth quarter. Comes with 8:05 to play in the ball game. The Bears with a 50-point lead. Puckett checks back in for Norman as Kyla Abraham, a 44% free throw shooter, heads back to the stripe. Let's see if she can hit the first, make that second one a little easier.
Tell you what, Kyla has the snazziest shoes of anyone on this court.
Those are nice. First free throw, got the bounce. It was flat, but she got the bounce. She has kind of, what would you say, is that a bit of a sea green with a little bit of gray and black? Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, and the silver on the back that just shines. They're sweet shoes.
Second free throw up by Abraham. Back rim, no. Offensive board, though, by Nelms. Floats it back outside to Van Geitenbeek, and the Bears will reset. Kick out into the corner, but a pass is fumbled by Markayla Johnson. Retrieves it, but can't clear what would have been an open three. Jana is open. Three left side, short. Rebound in a crowd, and Bugs is knocked to the floor again. I think, you said it, Lori, earlier. Bugs has been fighting in there and knocked to the floor a lot, and she doesn't get the rebound, but will draw the foul. I'll tell you what, she would already have a double-double if she wasn't getting knocked down so much. She's at 10 points and 8 rebounds.
I think she got taken out by two of her own players that
really?
time. So I'm not even sure I know who the foul was called on Pooler, but I don't know who it was actually called on the Baylor side.
Inbounds to Markayla Johnson. Airballs a catch and shoot from the right baseline. And here comes Bryant. Racing in the front court, spinning a wild shot, skips off the back rim. No, Bugs hits the floor again, going after a rebound. Van Geitenbeek comes away with it, picking up speed, accelerating, finding a lane, sends it outside to Markayla Johnson. Johnson retreats beyond the arc, finds Nelms, top of the key. Now Jana Van Geitenbeek high on the left wing, right-hand dribble, cross-court pass to Markayla Johnson. Single digits on the shot clock for the Bears with 7:19 to play. Van Geitenbeek, top of the arc, drives inside, scoops it down low, finds Abraham, who glasses it in. Nice find by Jana Van Geitenbeek, a little scoop pass through the crowd to find Abraham for two.
Baylor's been trying to do that, to get Jana in the middle of the lane and find either left or right if she can get to Kyla or Kayla.
Here's Puckett. Has the ball swatted away from behind as she's trying to clear room for his shot. That was Nelms who knocked it away. Gives it to Jana, who drives inside and misses the shot. Offensive rebound kept alive by Kyla Abraham. Back to Van Geitenbeek, and the Bears will get another look at it, up 81-28. Van Geitenbeek, top of the arc, finds Buggs left side. Buggs tries to fire an entry pass into the post. It's deflected, and it'll stay with the Bears. It'll be Flowers back in for the Hornets. For the Bears, KJ returns for Kayla Nelms. Nelms gave the Bears 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a block. No, it's Kyla Abraham exiting. I beg your pardon. Whoops. So Nelms will stay in. Kayla started to run to the bench. Coach Nicky said, no, you're still in. 6 seconds to shoot for the Bears as Van Geitenbeek plays it in front of her own bench with Kyla Abraham running right behind her. Finds Markayla Johnson with 5, with 4. A little pull-up from the mid-range, in and out. Offensive rebound, though, chased down by Buggs. She's 1 board away from a double-double. Jana Van Geitenbeek, left side of the floor, looking for teammates. 6:20 to play in this one. All Bears. Significant lead here. There's a timing pass, a lob down low to KJ. Flips it in with the left hand. A little timing pass to KJ. Good collaboration between her and Jana Van Geitenbeek. And Van Geitenbeek has matched her career high once again with 12 assists, second time in 3 games that she has done that.
You know what? She has 9 rebounds. She can get a triple-double.
Wow, good eye on that, Lori, as there's a little flip in there. Jana Van Geitenbeek 1 rebound away from a triple-double. Let's see if she can get that here. Van Geitenbeek, not here literally this possession. I hope she makes a shot, but here in this game. Van Geitenbeek has it for the Bears. She has 10 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists rather, and 9 rebounds. She drives inside, clears room, but a push-off is going to be called. That's her first foul, the team's second. So Jana Van Geitenbeek 1 rebound away from a triple-double that would be the first of her career.
And this is her first double-double that she has right now, as she is at 10 points and 12 assists, but again, hanging on 9 rebounds.
Well, Coach Nicky has a foul called on Jana again as she tries to deflect a pass. That's her second team's third. Coach Nicky talked about guards rebounding in the pregame interview.
I think they heard her.
Yeah. Jana Van Geitenbeek certainly doing her part here today.
And Markayla
Johnson as
rebounds.
Well. Inbound to Flowers, lobs it down low, tipped away, and that was fortunate for Alabama State. It was tipped by Bryant, and then a layup by Puckett as she caught the deflection. 5 minutes to play, halfway through the fourth quarter. Baylor is up 83-32. Van Geitenbeek takes the feed on the right side, bounces down low to Nelms, muscles her way and misses the shot in close. Got her own rebound and is fouled on the putback attempt. She will look to earn those points from the line. And that'll bring us to our fourth quarter media timeout. Following that foul on Puckett, it is her first, the team's third. Hey, Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Baylor 83, Alabama State 32, 4:51 to play in the ball game here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on! And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
No drama really here in the game, at least in terms of the score. That's what you'd expect. That's the way the Bears should play, and so far they've done so. The drama will come really right now to see if Jana Van Geitenbeek can record the program's first triple-double since 2022. She is 1 rebound away from that, so we'll see it. Lori, I got to say, it's been fun. You know, I think we all knew as she was struggling at the beginning of the year that it was just going to take some time. It was just going to take some work, some minutes, some reps, and that's really what's coming to fruition today. She is 3 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 3 beyond the arc, 10 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds.
That's quite a day, and I think those are the quietest 9 rebounds I've ever seen on a stat sheet before, because we're so used to seeing Little Paige Buggs and KJ and others, Bella, get up there and get those rebounds. But the guards challenged today to hit the boards hard, and so you have a combined rebound between guards Jana Van Geitenbeek, Markayla Johnson, Yuting Dunn, Talia Scott. I think if you look at those, they're at 21. I think I'm reading that right. 21 rebounds among those guards.
That's impressive. Well, out of the timeout, Kaylin Elms will go to the free throw line. She drew a foul on a putback attempt a moment ago. She's joined out there by KJ, Dunn, Van Geitenbeek, and Buggs. Out there defensively when they're back on defense once again for Alabama State, as the first free throw is good by Elms. They've got Flowers, Puckett, Smith, Pooler, and Gray. Free throw up, and it is missed, so 1 of 2, Kaylin Elms. Baylor is up by 52 points at 84-32. Imagine if Jana can clear that rebound, she would exit quickly. Baylor's last triple-double came in the 2021-22 season. Jordan Lewis at West Virginia. Jordan Lewis now doing TV, and I think they're laughing about that now. Airballed 3 by Flowers out of the corner, and now there's a double-double for Buggs. 10 points, 10 rebounds. Van Geitenbeek into the front court. Hooks it to Nelms. There's a kick out to Buggs. Open 3 left side. Skips off the rim. Offensive board by Dunn. She stripped the ball on the way up. It's grabbed by Flowers. Has it knocked away by Van Geitenbeek.
No.
Foul is called on Nelms.
No.
I agree with you, Lori. Light bump, but that was incidental in my mind. But not in the mind of the officials. That's Nelms' second and 4th on the Bears. Buggs has a double-double, her 5th of the year, so her day is done. Kirsten Johnson is as well. They are 2 of the 4 Bears who have reached double-digit scoring in this game. Inbound to Flowers. Guarded by Van Geitenbeek with just over 4 minutes to play. Flowers lobs it down low, and the pass is too strong for Puckett. It's grabbed off the floor by Kaylin Elms. Here comes Markayla Johnson in the front court. Gives it off to Van Geitenbeek. Hooks it in the corner. Dunn unloads and hits a 3. Yuting Dunn has 9 points. She's hit 3 3-pointers in 4 attempts. The Baylor lead is 55 at 87-32.
When Dunn let that fly, you had Talia Scott, her former Auburn teammate, already off the bench, waiting for that one to go in.
Puckett with a lay-in and close. Pemberton back in for the Bears, by the way, as we're down to 3:20 to play. Van Geitenbeek running point, has it top of the arc, fires it to Markayla Johnson. Johnson back to Van Geitenbeek, swings it in the corner to Dunn. Dunn with the dribble. Back to the middle of the floor to Van Geitenbeek. 10 seconds to shoot. She lobs it to Pemberton in the post, puts up a spinning shot that misses. Janet nearly had the rebound. And instead, though, it is grabbed by Smith.
Come on, everybody clear out. Let her get one.
Come on, yeah. There's a lob down low. A shot is missed in close by Pooler. And the rebound fumbled out of bounds with 2:52 to play. Baylor up 87-34, but Alabama State will maintain possession.
Another point for Jana Van Geitenbeek. She's at 13 assists, and that is a career high.
That's another good note there, Lori. Here is Smith spinning it out to Flowers. Flowers with 10 seconds to shoot, being harassed by Markayla Johnson defensively, tries to clear some room, 5 seconds to shoot. They're going to throw it in the post to Puckett. Puckett is going to dribble inside, put up a shot, miss, rebound to Nelms.
But Jana went flying in there trying to
She did. She's crashing the boards. Here is Yuting Dunn with the left-hand dribble. Feeds it over to Jana Van Geitenbeek, back to Dunn. 2:19 to play. Pass in the post to Nelms, fouled, and free throws are coming. Boy, Jana's nearly got a rebound twice that would give her that triple-double. That foul, by the way, is on Samaya Puckett, her second, and the fourth on the Hornets. Jana Van Guyton talking to Coach Nikki right now with a smile on her face. Thought she had one, but they just cut in front of her and got it. Nelms hits the first free throw. You know, this is interesting conversation, Lori. Obviously, this game is well in hand. To what extent do you let a player stay in to get a statistical milestone? I think a triple-double trumps a lot of others, and Coach Nikki is always open to that. Second free throw is missed as Nelms again hits 1 of 2. We're down to 2:12 to play here at Foster Pavilion. Reed back in for the Hornets. Feeds it right side to Pooler, angling left around the arc. Ball knocked away. Here's a driving shot by attempt though by Simpson, and a pass is out of bounds as Jacqueline Osai is in for the first time. As under 2 minutes to go now, can Jana Van Guyton record a rebound and get the program's first triple-double in over 3 years? Here's a long inbounds to Reed. Reed cut off by Dunn. Markayla Johnson on her. She hands it off to Gray, coming right. Here is a long three at the shot clock buzzer that's going to bounce out of bounds. That's an air ball and a shot clock violation.
Well, Jana was pursuing that ball as well. If it had just skipped off the rim, she would have had that one. But instead did not draw iron and just went out of bounds. 100 seconds to play in this one. We'll talk to Kirsten Johnson on the First Central Credit Union post-game show. Here's Nelms with a baseline jumper. No. Rebound tipped around. Jana Van Guyton gets it, and she's got a triple-double. First triple-double since Jordan Lewis, who's doing TV today in 2022. The fans know it. The bench is so happy for her. She hooks a pass that's knocked away, chased down by Kaylin Nelms. 4 seconds to shoot. Jana is going to have to let it fly, but instead an extra pass to Dunn. Oh, she got the three off, and it's an air ball. That would have actually been pretty impressive if she had hit that. That would have been a fitting mark that would be a fitting exclamation mark on this game. And Lori, congratulations to Jana Van Guyton, her first career triple-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 13 assists. We're under a minute to go. Osei has it for the Hornets. She has it stripped away, stolen by Pemberton. Baylor is up 88-34 with 50 seconds to go. This may be their last real look at the bucket. Van Guyton around his screen, hooks it in the corner. Dunn, catch and shoot three. That one is off the rim. Nelms takes the rebound away from Simpson and lays it in. 90-34, Baylor with the lead. We'll see if that's the final score. Now, but Baylor's likely taking their last shot at the bucket. Here's a pass in the corner and a driving attempt by Simpson. Has it knocked away by Nelms. She stays with it, though, and flips it in a crowd. And Baylor can just dribble out the clock. Really a complete game for the Bears today. They shoot to nearly 50% from the field, nearly 50% from downtown. They hold Alabama State to 26% shooting, and they have completed this 5-game homestand undefeated. They will have won 6 in a row when the clock hits 0, and really a nice game all around. We're highlighted by Jana Van Guyton because the clock hit 0 to make it official. And a very happy future Bears here. Excited for the Bears to win, and they saw a record-breaking performance today from Jana Van Guyton with her first career double-double and then first career triple-double, which is so hard to do. And especially when you look at her stats from a guard position, probably the smallest player on the floor for Baylor at, 5'7", I think? Crashing the boards and getting 10 boards today to go along with 13 assists and 10 points. So what an outstanding performance from that joyous Jana Van Guyton.
And those 10 rebounds, by the way, a career high as well. So
forgot about those.
All in all, a very impressive day for Jana Van Guyton and the Bears. Oh, by the way, Talia Scott scored 30 points in basically 3 quarters. So you've got that as well. Good day for the Bears. They win it 90-36, the final score. In our First Central Credit Union postgame show coming up next, we'll visit with Bears head coach Nikki Collin and Kirsten Johnson as well straight ahead here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. Children's.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip? Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Never deposit someone else's money into your bank account. Scammers will send you money or overpay you and then ask you to refund a portion of the money back to them. This is a scam.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
This has been live coverage of Baylor women's basketball. Now it's time for the First Central Credit Union post-game show. Brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Nissan, innovation that excites. Lidman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the game. Listen to highlights, talk with Coach Cullen, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
First for the program in over 3 years, and the 8th in program history, her first, as she collects career highs in assists and rebounds. And now the players circling the floor and are high-fiving the students here who are making all that noise you heard.
Oh,
they're all enjoying the chance to visit with the players. And our players are always really good at that. You know, they're always good at celebrating the fans, and on a day like today, that's especially a nice thing with over 3,000 school children in the crowd here on this Tuesday morning, now Tuesday afternoon. 90-36, the final score. Talia Scott, her second 30-point game as a Bear. Jana Van Geitenbeek, her first triple-double, actually her first double-double, and then she follows it with her first triple-double. So why not? Twice as nice here today as she adds double digits, not only in points and assists, but also in rebounds. Kirsten Johnson is making her way over here on the First Central Credit Union post-game show. First Central Credit Union, everything we do for you. KJ today, another strong game, 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocked shots. KJ, congrats on the win. Now, are your ears ringing from...
Oh, my gosh. It's like my head is going to hurt so bad when I go home, but, yeah, it's very loud in here.
It is very loud. The kids brought a lot of energy. I know they had a lot of fun high-fiving you all after the game and the chance to do that. KJ, really a sharp performance today for the team. I think you look at Sunday, y'all got the win, but I think you were challenged by the coaches. Yeah. What are some of the ways you felt like you all really just kind of elevated your play in another win?
Yeah, we got back and focused. We needed to focus on rebounding. I think rebounding was it was a bad spot for us. So just focusing on that, getting better, because we're about to play a great team that does rebound. So, using this game to prepare for the next one.
Yeah. Well, you almost doubled them up on the boards as a team, 55-28. And I mean, just like we all predicted, right? Jana Van Guyton beat Cat 10.
Right.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. What did it mean to y'all to see her get her first triple-double?
I just love that. Like, she deserves it more than anyone, honestly. She works so hard. She's our leader. We're so proud of Jana. I just love seeing her win. I was like, you need one more rebound. Like, please go get the rebound. So I was just so happy for that.
Yeah, it was fun to see her pursue the ball a couple of times before she finally got
that
last one. But talk about just how important it was for guards to rebound today. Jana had 10. Markayla had 7. Talia had 5.
Okay, yeah. I think the guards sometimes feel like they don't need to rebound, but it's very important that all 5 go box out and rebound. It's our job as posts to box out, get the ball, and help our guards out. Maybe make it easier for them. So I always love seeing them get in there and get some rebounds.
I wanted to ask you this, though, about this kind of game.
Yeah.
When I was in junior high school, it meant a lot to go to a university and watch a team like Baylor play. What kind of impact did that have on you when you got those opportunities, and then to have the opportunity to be on the other side of that today?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm just so blessed to be in this position, honestly. I was a little girl in one of these stands, watching these games. So just to be here and having them watch me it's just so full circle for me. It makes my heart so warm. So, the noise is crazy, but I always appreciate it. They're so fun, and they just love to be here, and I just love playing for them.
They are really loud behind us in elementary.
Especially when we got to 6-7, I was like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, that was insane. That may have set a new noise record at Foster Pavilion as we visit with Kirsten Johnson today. Another great game, 13.6 boards, 3 block shots. Now, KJ, you played at Oklahoma. Now you're here at Baylor, and I know one thing that bridges those two. You want to beat Texas.
Yeah.
The opportunity. They're a great team. This is a very good Baylor team. What's it going to take to get a win up there Sunday?
It's going to take a lot. It's going to take the whole team. It's going to be a whole team effort. We have to dig deep. We got to play defense. This team is really good offensively, but they're really good defensively. So we got to come together as a team, learn our scout, know what we need to do, the keys to win to the game, and really focus on that. It's going to be a big challenge for us to see where we are. So we're super excited for it.
Well, KJ, congrats on the win. Congrats on a great game. I think y'all have really made the most of this 5-game homestand. Excited to see what's ahead.
All righty. Thank you so much.
Go let your ears recover.
I know, right?
Kirsten Johnson joining us here on the First Central Credit Union postgame show. First Central Credit Union, everything we do for you. We'll take a time out and come back with more following a 90-36 Baylor win on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the wrap-up-the-year sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Drive the stunning 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 0% financing for 60 months, or take $4,500 in combined bonus cash, plus $1,000 in select inventory cash. And right now, enjoy no payments for 90 days. Just sign and drive into the new year. These deals end soon, so hurry into Allen Samuels in Waco today.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't click on links in emails and text messages. Scammers send emails and texts that look real, saying there's a problem with your account or your order. Don't click. Don't do it. Ever. Instead, go directly to the company's website and log in there.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
First Central Credit Union postgame show. First Central Credit Union, everything we do for you. Following a 90-36 Baylor win, Jana Van Guyton collects the program's 8th ever triple-double and the first in her career. Talia Scott leads all scorers with 30. And the Bears win this one going away 90-36. See head coach Nikki Collin making her way over but she has been caught by the fans here, and that is
they caught
quite
by
all
a teacher,
right.
so good for her.
You know what? That's good.
You got to take your shot when you got it.
We support that, absolutely. Coach Nikki's post-game comments brought to you by Alliance Bank. It's your bank. Well, Coach Nikki, kind of fun day at the office here. A lot of feel-good things from the students in the crowd and the teachers to Jana Van Geitenbeek's first career triple-double. And let's start there. You know, she's been working her way back from a traumatic injury just over a year ago. Feels like we've seen her picking things up game by game, but today really took it to another level.
Yeah, I thought early she just did a good job of getting us an offense, getting us to play fast. Knocked down the shots she got. I think she missed her last 2 shots because I think at one point she was 3 for 3, and so she was not forcing things, but really involving everybody. And the rebound snuck up on me. I knew she was near a double-double, and then Michael said to me she's nearing a triple-double, and so that's always a little bit harder for a point guard to get. The assist points on a kid that's playing that fast, she got to that pretty quickly, but that's impressive when you get 10 rebounds.
Hey, you said you wanted your guards to rebound in the pregame interview today, and they did today.
They needed to. I mean, it just the way, that Alabama State doesn't shoot the ball at a high level, and so you have to rebound long misses. You have to pursue the ball off the rim. And if we're going to compete with Texas, we have to rebound, and it's going to take all 5 of us against the Longhorns. So, that was really the focus is. And I still think we've got room to improve in that area. I think it's real easy to ball watch when the shot goes up. And so, but I thought the way we were able to spread it around, I mean, Talia's been incredibly efficient lately, and so I just think the ball's going in every time she shoots it. I think the way we moved around, I was happy to see Bugs get her double-double, and KJ got going there offensively, which was good. See her hit that 3 to start the third. Because we're going to need that. We're going to need that dynamic of being able to get Texas's bigs away from the rim, and I think she's the kid that can do that for us.
Coach Nikki, Talia Scott, now the obvious answer is some games she takes fewer shots and hits more, but she's going to score 20-plus a game, sometimes 30. What does efficient Talia versus less efficient Talia work like? What look like from one game to the next? What did she do today that you'd love to keep bottling up?
She's such an elite free throw shooter that, when she gets to the foul line, that's why she's always going to get 20, because of her ability to get to the free throw line and then how good she is at the line. So even if you're not shooting it as well, when you get yourself to the line, I just want to see her take good shots. I mean, and good shots for her sometimes are different, and that's what people have to understand. Even her own teammates, the shots that she is capable of making consistently might not look the same as everybody else. She doesn't need to shoot catch and shoot threes, but she's pretty dang good at catch and shoot threes. But she does such a good job of getting into rhythm off the bounce, and there's ways when we get her the ball in the middle of the floor. Over the years, when I first got back to college, and I've got a new staff, and all of them are putting 3-level score on kids on the scouting report, and I'm like, if I see that one more time. There's a lot of 3-level takers in college basketball. There are not a lot of true 3-level scores. Just because you throw in a mid-range jump shot every now and again does not make you a 3-level scorer. You have to be efficient and capable in all 3 levels. Typically, to me, it's that's a 2-level score that's occasionally going to throw a mid-range shot in. Talia can make that pull-up. She's got a float game. She draws fouls at the rim. And she's an elite 3-point shooter. And so, she's going to find a way to get to 20, and it's about getting her to understand. I said after the last game, I thought she took 2 bad shots down the stretch. Not because she can't make them, but understanding time and score. There's 2.5 minutes to go. We need to drain the clock down, and then I'm going to go to horns, and you're going to get that same shot, but we're going to get it under 5 and not in the first 5, First 5 in transition, the first quarter, go do that, End of game, that's not, we have to understand when we milk the clock, when do we, how aggressive do we need to be. I think she's just established herself. We've got to start talking about her on the national level. She is one of the elite guards in the country, and she is going to be, to me, a first-team All-American when she becomes that true playmaker where, it's scoring, but it's also, okay, I see 2 in front of me, I'm getting my teammate a shot. And she's learning that little by little. And she's not perfect, and none of them are. But I think I don't see her talked about nationally. You got the 13th ranked team in the country with a kid averaging 20 points and doing it efficiently. And she's done it against Duke, and she's done it against everybody. She's not stat padding against teams that aren't good. She does it against everybody.
Here. We're right there with you.
Yeah.
Okay, 5.5 minutes in the third quarter. Baylor is 64-24. Talia gets fouled on a three-pointer. And we see her look at you.
Yeah, I told her, I said, don't disappoint these kids.
And don't
That's what I told her.
Teammates.
You know, I literally was like, I said, do not disappoint these kids. They're all ready for this. Like, don't hit 2 out of 3, and then the next time down we hit it 2, you know. So
well, if you got the right person there,
we
to hit
definitely
the 3,
had
to
the
get
right
6-7.
Absolutely. To take the 3, to get the 3 free throws. You know, I think that's like one of those things where, but how about being up 50 points and having that pressure, you know? Like, it's kind of amazing. Like, you wouldn't think there'd be pressure in the third quarter of a game up that big, but you know, she's a good free throw shooter.
Excellent. Hey, I'm going to ask C. Madison. This is an aside, but C. Madison Bartley over there, just a great representative of the program, now teaching at Woodway Elementary. Started talking to Doug McNamee a moment ago. What's it mean to see her in this stage of life back here?
It's so great. I mean, it's great to see. I think our last triple-double was Jordan Lewis.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So she's calling the game for TV. You know, Madison's here. You know, sounds like we're the tagline for the NCAA. You can go pro in things besides sport, you know, like Madison obviously kind of medically retired a year ago, but was able to get a jump start that way and have a job before she even has all of her certification. That's how good she was in her student teaching. And so excited for her, excited for all our former players to kind of find the thing that they're passionate about outside of basketball. And so it's just such a great environment. You know, to hear them yelling and screaming and you know, I mean, that's what these players deserve, and they deserve it, you know, whether they're 8, you know, or 88. And so just grateful for the energy that they brought all day.
I love that, Coach, because it matters so much, these kinds of games. I remember what it was like for me watching my older sister play, and then being able to go to games at universities and just see great role models, and it means something. It truly does.
Oh, I think just the you know, it's amazing. Like even my first year at Baylor, I was out on the up by the mall, and you know, they had a table set up, and they gave me a T-shirt, and it was like for first gen students. It's like, you know, I am just at the age where it seems like everybody has gone to college, you know, and it's amazing how many first gen students come to Baylor. Like, yes, there are students that parents and grandparents came to Baylor, but also first-generation students. And you know, I mean, it's like a cheesy, but if you can see it, you can be it. And if we don't give these guys role models, if they're not on our campus, seeing what's out there and the opportunity, it's just a really, really cool thing. And I think our players are unbelievable models for how to act. And, you know, they truly do such a good job giving back, whether it's to our tip-off club, cookie decorating, or whether it's in an environment like this. And so just super proud of our group and how they always represent Baylor.
Great group for sure. Well, Coach Nikki, final question. Big game ahead, number 2 Texas. What's the week ahead look like as you prepare for that?
Yeah, finals. You know, like, let me not overlook finals at Baylor. I'd like to say I'm coaching at a school where that was an easy thing, but it's not. You know, but it's finals. But there's certainly going to be a lot of preparation for Texas. And Texas is elite execution-wise. Like, their numbers say that. They don't turn the basketball over. They out-rebound you. But, you know, where Texas always has a decided advantage is on the toughness scale. If you're not tough, you can't compete with them. And I don't mean just they're going to be tough denying one pass away. They get to you mentally. You know, they wear you down. They fatigue you with their press. But they just keep coming at you, whether they're playing 7 players or 9 players. It's like they never get tired. And so, you know, we've got to get our minds right because that's the bigger part. We can scheme, you know, what do we got to do offensively, what do we got to do defensively, but it's the mental part of the game that really is the biggest thing.
Well, Coach Nikki, we'll look forward to that. For now, appreciate your time. Enjoy the win tonight. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Bears head coach Nikki Collin with the post-game comments. A 90-36 win over Alabama State. Jana Van Geitenbeek triple-double. 8th in program history, and the first since Jordan Lewis delivered one against West Virginia in 2022. Back with more on the First Central Credit Union post-game show right after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Everything we do for you. Slam dunk benefits at First Central Credit Union. Tip off with free checking that pays cash, less fees, great rates, quick local loans, easy online applications, a free mobile app, secure remote control cards, 24/7 deposits, and more services at our ATMs, and a free new member t-shirt. Join today at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team. Everything we do for you.
Eligibility and application requirements apply. Member NCUA.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop at upcoming Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities to create an electric home atmosphere by visiting BaylorBears.com/Go Gold. Sic 'em Bears.
Today we have two very special guests on our program. Introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burp, lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, what
You're welcome.
be a little more important to Starry than the other? Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Future Bears game, a triple-double from Jana Van Geitenbeek en route to the win. We're brought to you by Rudy's, proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Let's take a look at stats here now. I mean, obviously the big one, Jana Van Geitenbeek picks up the first triple-double for the Bears since January 2022. Coach Nikki's first year. Jordan Lewis delivered it against the West Virginia Mountaineers on January 29th of that year. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Today, Jana, 10 points, a career-high 10 rebounds, a career-high 13 assists in the win. Dariana Littlepage Buggs a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds. Kirsten Johnson, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocked shots. And then Talia Scott with her second 30-point game as a Bear. 7 of 11 shooting, 11 of 11 from the free throw line, 5 points and 3 assists. Those were the 4 in double-doubles, in double figures. After that, Yu-Ting Dunn had 9 points off the bench. Nelms had 6 to go along with 5 rebounds. That's now 5 games in a row. She's collected at least 4 rebounds off the bench for the Bears. 5 points, career high, 7 rebounds from Arcala Johnson. Kyle Abraham, 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 blocked shots for the Bears. Kaya Bryant had 11 points for Alabama State. No one else had more than 6. Baylor shoots 46% from the field and holds Alabama State to 26%. Baylor sizzling from downtown, 11 of 23. That's 48%, and holds Alabama State to 2 of 14. The Hornets 0 of 5 from the free throw line. Baylor 23 of 31. That's 74%. Rebounds, Baylor out-rebounds them 55-28 and collects 22 assists on 28 field goals, 8 on 17 for Alabama State.
Sorry, I got distracted by watching Kyla Abraham way up in the top.
Oh, yeah, I remember this from last year.
And
it's a little scary, in all honesty.
Then Kayla Nelms is behind us, too.
And Jana Van Geitenbeek signing autographs still. I think there's someone else, too. I saw a few minutes ago they were all they were all mostly out here before heading back in, and that's fun to see. Kyla Abraham looks like Moses leading the Israelites up there in the upper deck with all the kids around her up there. But that's fun. Good the kids in the upper deck get to visit with a player in a 90-36 Baylor win. Lori, I don't want to lose sight of the fact here. We're seeing the first real stretch of consistency from Kaylin Elms in her career, and I hope that's a sign of things to come.
Again, she can be tough on the block, and not only just a nice shot on the interior, but you can bust her out just like you can KJ. And Nelms can drain a three. And sometimes that just surprises teams. It's another weapon that Coach Nikki has, but she also gets deep on the block where she can pull down a rebound as well. And I thought that was a pretty amazing stat when you said the opportunities when she gets in there to pull down at least 4 rebounds per game in those minutes that she gets. And those will just continue to extend. But Baylor needs players like that, big physical players who are in the post to help spell KJ and others in the middle.
We're starting to see more consistency from the bench. Yuting Dunn is starting to average 7, 8, 9 or more pretty consistently. Kaylin Elms giving you 6 points and 5 rebounds. I think Elms might be that extra piece in the post. We'll see if Nez Goryanova, the redshirt freshman, is able to come back soon. I know there's talk she could be back soon. They're still just evaluating things. Those would be big extra pieces just to spell some of the starters and main players, especially if they can give you some meaningful minutes in Big 12 games.
Sure, and those opportunities to get in there and play. You're going to have opportunities to get in and play in Big 12 games, so they're going to be very meaningful minutes. But even just if you can play maybe 3-4 minutes and just do some positive things and not turn the basketball over and play good defense, you don't have to just light up the scoreboard, but do those little things and to just help your team, give Talia and Jana a break, especially on the outside, and just go forward from there. But it is important for Baylor to get back some more players, but we need to. Just like Jana, it's taken Jana a while just to find that rhythm and that comfort coming back from an injury just from a year ago. And for Inez, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Inez has had to sit out last year because of the injury to her knee and rehab more this year. But she's close to getting back to that return to play protocol.
Yeah, hope to see that for sure, certainly, but we'll find out a little more as we get further into the next few days. 90-36 the final. We'll take our final timeout to get you ready for the game on Sunday against Texas. That's straight ahead after this at Foster Pavilion, a 90-36 Baylor.